Has someone in your family lost a job recently, and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? Quick Cash Offer can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents and risking your safety by showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your home to foreclosure. If you have any equity in your home, we will buy it and give you cash within days, all in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call Quick Cash Offer now before the economy gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just don't want to get the cash you need today.
800-788-1495. 800-788-1495. 800-788-1495. That's 800-788-1495.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's homeownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-392-7027. 800-392-7027. 800-392-7027. That's 800-392-7027.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Do you owe $10,000 or more on at least 2 federal student loans? Then you may qualify for new programs offered by the Department of Education. These programs can reduce your interest, lower your payments, and possibly qualify you for loan forgiveness. If you have $10,000 or more and at least 2 federal student loans and currently not in school, you may qualify for one of these programs. Call now to check your eligibility. Student loan advisors are standing by to help you determine if you qualify for these new programs. They can help you reduce your interest, lower your payment, and even forgive a portion of your student loan debt. Take control of your financial future. Make this free 5-minute free call now to Nationwide Student Loans and learn how you can reduce your student loan debt.
800-433-0539. 800-433-0539. 800-433-0539. That's 800-433-0539. Paid for by Fix My Student Loans.
All right, talking the world of sports. We're on the weekend edition of Sports Overnight America. I'm Marty Terrell, longtime friend. I mean, really, go back to our childhood. Well, our teenage years. How about that? He is Brock Hines, longtime New England hockey voice, great sports guy, very, very sharp on sports media matters, sports gaming matters. He matters to the program. He's a good friend. Brock, welcome aboard. How are you?
Marty, good afternoon. Good to talk with you.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you, Heinz. You know what I want to do? I want to throw you a curveball, see if you can hit it off the green monster. How was your summer, and what did you do? And I know you're going to make me a little jealous, but you went to Maine, and Maine is just so warm and near and dear to my heart. Give me a quick wrap up on your summer sojourns, and then we'll get into sports real quick.
This summer here in New England, Marty, it rained 97 out of a possible 99 days, or had some sort of trace of rain. So it was pretty tough.
Crazy.
The one good week of weather was when we went to Maine. Actually had 6 or 7 nice days. Went to Old Orchard this time, which I know you're familiar with. We went north from Ogunquit. We throw you a curveball. All those years going to Ogunquit. Went north to Old Orchard, which I know is called sometimes the French Riviera. A lot of the Canadians come down, our Canadian friends. And had a great time, Marty. I mean, it's New England, and I know your roots are here. I know you love it in the Midwest, but back here in the East, I mean, you can be at the beach, you can be in the mountains at no time, and in no time, rather. It's nice. We had a great time.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it with your wife. You know, Brock, it's an amazing place, and I tell people there's nothing like a cool July or even an August night where you get a little hint of fall in the air, and you've got the halcyon tones of the Red Sox radio crew, and you go out to eat, and it's just it's a wonderful experience. But let's get down to brass tacks. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, the start of the NFL, all this craziness.
You watched that game with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Did you, just watching him and looking somebody in the eyes and forgetting everything you know, Marty, it looked like he looked our age almost. I mean, we're both on the north side of 60. He didn't look, and you know what? If I have an injury like he did, I think I'm going to be in pain. Or when you see guys down there pounding the ground, a lot of times they're not in pain. They're frustrated because they know about the 6 to 9 months of rehab they're going to have to go through. I did it with my own knee, and I remember I was in much frustration as I was pain. He was sitting on the ground like it was like, hey, if somebody can bring me over a Gatorade, by the way, I'd appreciate it. And he just hopped on the cart and didn't give a thumbs up, and it was the most anticlimactic injury. And I feel awful for the guy. Don't get me wrong, but just watching that, it was amazing. And NBC had to make something. They got the wrong network there, but they had to make something of that injury. It was just like, something's going on. We got to send it down to the field. And it was like, oh, yeah, it was just very, very anticlimactic. Not that we don't need drama for injury, but you would never have known, Marty, that something happened by watching it. Watching his face, the indifference on his face to me was shocking.
Well, I want to go back to a great point. We're talking to Brock Hines. Brock, he only lasted 4 plays. But the first, second, third, and fourth plays were a disaster. There was no offensive line. There was nothing. He looked like he was playing in a Sunday touch football league. It was crazy, Brock. I'm looking at this going, he can't survive 60 minutes of this.
Yeah,
and then Wilson gets in there.
Way.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree. He looked like he was aging right before our very eyes in real time.
Absolutely, Marty. It amazed me, and it goes to show you I'm not a big preseason sports fan. I mean, I get antsy. Give me the real thing now, but you got to take some reps and some snaps during the preseason. Ask the people in Pittsburgh how meaningful a preseason is. I mean, it looked like they're going to run roughshod over the 49ers, and the preseason really meant nothing. What a perfect preseason they had there. For the Steelers, it meant nothing. Yep. And it goes both ways. You can't look at the preseason, see a 3-0 team, and say, wow, they're going to run the table and go 15-2 this year. And by the same token, man, Marty, you got to play some. I think the only guy that could get away with not playing preseason football might be Tom Brady and a couple others. But, yeah, Aaron Rodgers, I think the date of expiration stamped on his rear end was like 2018. It was amazing.
It was. All right, Brock, why do we overreact so much to week 1 of the NFL? Why? I've always been fascinated, and I think it's good to dumb down the show sometimes with this very simple query, and that is, why is it because we're so starved and we love football so much that we overreact, both good and bad? Go ahead. Give me a quick hit on that.
I think we overreact, and I mean, it's the coming out for everybody. So I think you want to see what a team's got. You think you know what you got. Take for instance, Green Bay. So they go down and have a very convincing win in Chicago. And that's a fascinating week 1 to week 2 transition, because now how good is Green Bay really? They go down there as a slight underdog in Atlanta. Maybe the lines makers know that Green Bay wasn't that good, but Marty, this you're a Midwest guy. They've owned the Bears. And I just think with that matchup, whether you plug Aaron Rodgers in or Marty Terrell, Packers are probably going to beat the Bears. So it's kind of fascinating. I pick on that one just for the Midwest listeners out there. But there's so many more. Cincinnati, well, they've always struggled against the Browns. So now there's a lot of anticipation in week 2, but you got the Ravens, the hated Ravens coming in, and a rematch of that wild card. I mean, Marty, there's a fascination about I want to go farther if I can. There's a whole fascination about the whole 18-week season, 17-game, 18-week season. This sport has America by the you-know-whats. It really does, because it's a once-a-week affair. The parties that were once reserved for the Super Bowl, the playoff games, There's people having parties now almost every weekend for football. It's an event. And you really get to see it after you go through an 81 or 82 game NBA or NHL season, or Lord forbid, if you have the patience for 162 Major League Baseball games. It's great to sit down and watch a game that means something, Marty.
Yeah, it is. Only a couple of minutes left in this opening segment. Who's the face of the, in your opinion, the NFL right now? And you can't choose Rodgers because he's out. Who's the face of this league? Who's going to carry this league through Rodgers and the Jets? Maybe scuffling here a little bit. Go ahead. Give me a quick hit.
Wow.
Up against the
that's a great question. I mean, I'd like to tell you the first guy that comes to my mind is a healthy Patrick Mahomes. I still think he can be the face of the league, but the problem is he falls into a category like quarterbacks in Buffalo and Baltimore that insist on running the football too much. And we talked about this in an earlier show. Their shelf life is about 5 to 6 or more years shorter rather, excuse me.
Yep.
And that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, we can have him as the face of the league, and it's going to change in 2025, Marty. And any running quarterback that you talk about, bring him up. Michael Vick, anybody, Randall Cunningham to a certain extent. They've never lasted as long as, say, Tom Brady. And as exciting as they are and what they bring to the game, Lamar Jackson is nothing more exciting for me than watching him. But, man, Marty, I don't know. So, face of the game, that's an awesome question. And if it has to be a quarterback, I'm not sure I can put an answer to it right now.
Yeah, I don't even know if there is a quote-unquote face of the league. I mean, the Chiefs, if they get beat by Jacksonville on Sunday, which is a distinct possibility, hey, they're 0-2. The Vikings are 0-2. I think the face of the NFL is going to be, hey, look at how these, I won't say ironclad, talented, fortified teams, but we might be saying, hey, the face of the league right now is there may be a changing of the guard at the top echelon of the National Football League. 30 seconds, don't you think? I mean, seriously, if Kansas City gets beat, they start 0-2. I can tell you, Brock, we're going to be scratching our head here on Monday.
Which may be good, it may be bad. It'll bring parity to the league, but I think the league, like you said, does need some personalities. So it will be very interesting to see, because up until like about 3 years ago, if we're back in 2021, Marty, 2020, and you said, and I would be telling you this, that isn't it amazing that Tom Brady is still considered one of the top 3 quarterbacks at his age? That showed you where the league was and what type of trouble they were in, if you will. That like a 40-year-old something quarterback would be somebody that anybody would die for. Now, with him gone and a few others ready to go, it's up for grabs.
All right, Brock's going to be kind with his time. Media matters. The announcers, the podcast, rights to broadcasting, all sorts of stuff going on. Brock's really, really well versed on that. We'll do that when we come back here on Sports Byline. Don't forget, Destination Grill, 3rd largest turf sports complex, Grimesplex. They're there this weekend. We're coming back.
1 out of 2 Americans thinks their life is worthy of a book. Here's another startling stat. You may be one of the 15% of people who bothered to start your book, and one of the 6% that got halfway through it, but your gem of an idea likely died. Or did it? Some published authors are making significant money, so join the ranks of the successful people that finished their books with help from Dorrance Publishing. Call right now, and our experienced editors and writers will explain to you what it's going to take to get your book completely written, published, and then taken to market to sell it. It's a free consultation, so call right now. Find out how much time and money it takes to finally get that book idea of yours published. Make your dreams happen. Call Dorrance Publishing right now.
800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. That's 800-485-6003.
Everyone watches more than 5 hours of television. Really? And that's not counting mobile viewing. Get Dish TV and make that time worth it. With Dish, you can get hundreds of channels, access to all kinds of sports, tons of movies, premium channels, and more. Another thing that's really cool with Dish is you can watch most of your favorite shows on your mobile device anywhere for a lot less than cable. Yes, that's right. We are asking you to watch more TV and not less TV, but make it better television with Dish this time, anytime, anywhere. So call right now and learn how easy it is to save on your television bill and get the most out of your TV viewing experience. Dial that number and I promise you we're here waiting for your call because we want to save you money and give you better television. We are Dish TV.
800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. That's 800-293-0328. Can your IRA stand up to the next financial crisis that our top economists are saying is at our doorsteps? By allocating a percentage of your IRA into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns by putting your IRA back on the gold standard. Find out how to safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report. Protect your IRA today with one simple phone call and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. Call Genesis Gold Group, empowering faith-driven stewardship. 800-211-6008. 800-211-6008. 800-211-6008. That's 800-211-6008.
On the weekend edition here, this portion of the show brought to you by Vanguard Utility Partners. Our good friend Randy Byrne is also on the board of directors of Iowa One Call 811. Brock Hines giving us a double dose of his expertise, and we love having him on the program. All right, Brock, let's get to some media matters. Last year it was Al Michaels didn't get any good games. He and Herbert Street, Amazon Prime, this internet-only thing, blah, blah, blah. I love it. I do. I really do. And I love Al Michaels. He is in the late stages. He's on the back nine. He might be putting out on even 17 or 18, but I thought I had a great call on Thursday night with Minnesota with a rollicking comeback. I thought maybe, recover this onside kick, and we may be going cuckoo here. It's a weird booth chemistry-wise. You have Michaels, a Hall of Fame, iconic broadcaster, with really a college guy at Herb Street. So I don't know if they couldn't get anybody, but I just think it's color man-wise, I think Herb Street kind of drags things down just a skosh. Give me a quick hit on the Michaels, Kirk, Herb Street booth.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to match, Marty. So I agree with you on that one. I have nothing against Herb Street. Like you said, it's like a broadcast that doesn't know which way it wants to go. Actually, it wants to go pro, but most people associate Herb Street, of course, with NCAA football. So yeah, it's only natural to think that. You're spot on about Al Michaels. I think Al Michaels' better days are beyond him. We had texted before about reading some of the similar quotes that he said, and he said, I always fear being the day in the year season, I should say, that I become jaded about sports. And over the last several years, it just sounds that way. I don't get the enthusiasm of, say, Mike Tirico, who doesn't scream at you, but he yells and, brings it up during a big moment in the game. Whereas with Al Michaels, frankly, if somebody gets a game-winning field goal, it's like he's turning next to Herb Street and say, boy, that was a nice kick, and then they walk out of the booth. I just like to have a little bit of excitement in the call. I think back to his 86 call, American League Championship Series, Red Sox, Angels.
Ooh, wow.
That is epic. All of his 80s calls.
No doubt. Great call. Great call.
And that's Major League Baseball.
Dave Henderson's home run, right?
Dave Henderson's home run, unbelievable. I can hear him saying that still. And then that punching match in the 10th inning when Eddie Romero hits one to left field and what's his name there, goes crashing into the left field wall out there in Anaheim. Drawing a blank on his name, Marty, but I'm in football mode. But played left field for the Angels in '86, and it was just a back and forth thing. Rice catches one at the fence in left field. Earlier in that game, Henderson lets the ball tip off from center field over his glove into the well, there's no stands there and back in the old Anaheim. But yeah, I digress, because that to me was some of the best baseball I've seen in the '80s. But he had a great call during all those '80s series, '85, with the Royals and Cards, all that. It's good. It's just I think what really disappointed me was his playoff call last year with the Jags, and the big comeback that they had. And Marty, when they went ahead for the first time in the game at the end, it was basically like they had just tied the game at 7-7. And I think that's the part that's disappointing, because I'm a big Al Michaels fan. I just wish that he still had the same enthusiasm that he did 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah,
enthusiasm.
Right.
Let's talk about energy. We get older, we all lose something, but he still got it in him. I just feel like sometimes he's mailing it in.
Yeah, and again, he gets a big paycheck. Here's the thing. Now this left fielder for the Angels, this is going to bug me the entire night. So I'll be Googling incessantly after this program, because I want to know who it is. But here's where I want to go with you. One other Hall of Fame broadcaster, I think a really great guy. I really do. I love Nance. He too, I don't know if he's lost it here a little bit. I still think he and Romo, there's some subtle friction there in the booth. Jim Nance, obviously, I think he can do golf until he's planted in the earth. He's that good. In golf, you can get away with kind of, a laissez-faire kind of rocking chair approach to the Masters, and I could see him doing a reduced golf schedule on CBS. Quick hit on Nance, and then we're going Gus Johnson on you. So yeah, I'm gonna go Gus Johnson on you here in a minute. Go ahead,
all
Jim
right.
Nance.
First of all, left fielder was Brian Downing. It just hit me. Brian Downing.
There you go. Yep.
Crashing into the wall. Now, Jim Nance, everybody's got an ego. Nance has never been matched. I mean, Nance, like Mike Tirico, is now one of the classic, not only play-by-play guys, but TV hosts, and leading into the Masters and try the jacket on. I mean, it's all of it's classic. I think with Romo, he met his match. I mean, Romo, I know, is kind of a lightning rod. Some people just don't like his smart aleckness. I thought in his first year or two, when he could predict the plays, some people say, well, if you're in those Friday night production meetings, you're going to know the plays too. But Romo was able to call everything before it happened, and that always kind of impressed me a little bit. But I think with Romo, you got somebody that maybe is as big as Nance, because Kenny Venturi in the golf booth was not as big as Jim Nance. And we can go right down the line of Nance's color partners. But as far as Romo is concerned, I think that's what kind of why you said a little bit of friction there. That may be why you have it.
All right, Gus Johnson on Fox. What do you think?
Gus Johnson, yeah, that's when I said that Mike Tirico yells but doesn't scream. Gus Johnson screams. That's the problem. Serviceable, decent, good play-by-play, but every play is the biggest play of the game, and you got to be able to, as a play-by-play guy, sort those moments out. And I can just picture. I remember it was the Denver-Cincinnati game when Denver was all but dead in the 6-0 game, and the Broncos. This is about 6-7 years ago. Intercepted, and this is week 1, as a matter of fact. You talk about exciting week 1s. Broncos intercept and go all the way down and win the game 7-6. You can look it up. It's an unbelievable. It was a great game. I watched the whole thing for a 7-6 game, and he was screaming and everything. It was actually pretty good. But when it's in the middle of the game, Marty, you don't do it. When it's what's his name from Vermont sinking it from the parking lot in a NCAA basketball game, yeah, it's worth it. I think he's got to pick his spots a little better, but there's people that are far worse than Gus Johnson too.
And Brock, I agree, because if you do that incessantly throughout the game, when you have the moment where you want that, that defining moment and a leather-lunged call, it kind of blends in with all the others. I agree. There's I just think it shortchanges the audience. That being said, you know what it is, Brock? 20-somethings, 30-somethings love them. The older you get, the less we want to hear yelling and screaming. So we do have a generational kind of a compartmentalization of broadcast where, the older, and we're seniors now, and then the middle age, and then the kids. I mean, it's seriously, when you think about
Come on. Easy, Marty.
I'm just telling, who's the one broadcaster that touches all the bases there? I know who it is. Who is it? The broadcaster, it doesn't matter what sport it is, he touches every single age category perfectly.
That's alive right now.
Live right now, very active. And you're gonna think, oh my God, what are you talking about? But I'm right about this.
It was Sorrentine that hit it from the parking lot for Vermont, by the way, the Gus Johnson call. I'm thinking of things on a delayed basis, Mike. It's a Friday afternoon. We should be at Mugsy's, not on the telephone. Who are you going to throw at me here, Marty? I know this is going to be a big curveball.
No, go ahead. Give me one quick guess. He's actually, I think he's disabled somewhat.
A television as opposed to radio.
Well, yeah, it's primarily television. It's the kid on the White Sox broadcast. He does a ton of ESPN. He gets very favorable reports.
Oh, yes.
Jason Benedetti.
Yeah, I know. Lost in the crowd, too. Does a really good job. Yeah.
When you see him,
it's Jason Benedetti, isn't it?
Benedetti, and he looks like a kid with a pocket protector who we used to pick on in high school, and his voice does not match. But I'm telling you, Brock, he is a superb broadcaster, and even more than that, he's a superb person. I watch White Sox broadcast because of him, and they stink, Brock. They stink. But that kid is talented.
Yes, he is. And I try to catch him. I think he works with longtime analyst Steve Stone, probably, right?
Steve Stone. Yeah, exactly right.
That's who we would end up working with. Yes, haven't seen enough work to give you a true look at it. More of a local guy, if you will, but in a big city. I mean, good for him. I hope
he's marvelously talented. He's got very good stories. He does his homework. He's funny. And one more, Joe Davis. I watched him on the Orioles and the Tampa Bay broadcast last night. Man, he's young, but he's good. I mean, we've got new blood coming, and I like Kevin Burkhardt. 30 seconds. We've got some young talent coming through the pipeline, do we not?
Yeah, we do, and I hope they're able to be able to express their feelings and say what they want to say, unlike the poor guy in Baltimore with baseball. So, yeah, no, there's a lot of them, Marty. I'm still very bullish. I know our last conversation, you and I said that perhaps by the end of this decade, the play-by-play man is going to go away, and it's going to be more of the ESPN2 type of thing where two-star players are talking to each other. And I'm not sure we're ready for that. I gave that some thought after you and I talked about it here on Sports Byline, but I mean, I can see your point, and I can see why you think it's coming. But I still think there's a place for somebody that's telling us what's going on, doing it right, and keeping us enthused. And so I think the sports play-by-play guy still has a pulse, but definitely.
Brock Hines. Love you, brother. Talk to you soon. Brock Hines here on Sports Byline.
Appreciate you having me on, bud. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We're coming right back on the weekend edition. Sports Byline.
Has your heater or air conditioner busted? Appliance broken? Computer crashed? Then you need an ARW home warranty. Home system and appliance repairs and replacements can cause stress and cost you thousands of dollars per year. With an A-plus BBB rating and a top-rated home warranty company on Consumer Affairs and Trustpilot, ARW Home provides superior service, featuring the industry's lowest service call fee. ARW Home has warranty plans that cover your kitchen and laundry appliances, heating and air conditioning systems, electrical and plumbing systems, and much more. Plus, ARW has partnered with Azurian to protect your new and used tablets, laptops, TVs, and other home tech from accidental damage and wear and tear. All plans come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 800-867-6917. 800-867-6917. 800-867-6917. That's 800-867-6917.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9654. 800-915-9654. 800-915-9654. That's 800-915-9654.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240 are back with another high school football matchup in the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week. And now we take you to the stadium for all the action with our broadcast team of Mark Means and Dave Clark.
And good evening and welcome to Week 5 of the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Tonight we greet you from Memorial Stadium's Alumni Field here in Hubbard, Ohio for this NE8 matchup between the 4-0 Poland Bulldogs and the 3-1 Hubbard Eagles. And this has kind of turned into a bit of a rivalry over the last few years, Dave. The last 4 meetings have been split right down the middle.
Right, so this is as you were saying, those amount of meetings, this is the tiebreaker. So we're going to see what we have. We have, like you said, 4-0 and 3-1, and we'll see what both of these teams are made about tonight.
And can you believe it? You know, you and I talked last year. It's the 10 fastest weeks in football. We are at the midway point of the regular season today.
Yeah, that's unbelievable because it doesn't even seem like it. And it just zooms by every year. We say the same thing, but it's true. It just flies by. So to be at the midway point, I tell you, this is a great night, Mark. Great weather, perfect for a high school football game, and the setting is great.
You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras pregame show. The Cleveland Cobras are in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you are looking to continue your football career, contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442 and be part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football. It is youth night here at Memorial Stadium, Dave. They've got the little cheerleaders, the little football players, the 8th grade band is going to be part of the festivities as the youth of Hubbard being celebrated tonight.
Yeah, that's a great thing to do. And just to give them that exposure at this level, just to see how it is. And the turnout is great. We actually filling the stadium up now. It's way before kickoff time, so it's a great setting, as I said earlier.
We had a chance to get together as a company of Western Reserve Radio earlier this evening at one of our sponsors, Lena's Pierogi House here in Hubbard. Had a chance to meet Lena and talk to her, and a great time as we all got a chance to rarely get together on a Friday night, and we all had a great meal before the game.
We had a great meal, and as you see, well, you can see it. Now the people out there can't see it. I'm sitting down because it's hard to get up after a great meal. I tell you, feel good. I mean, everything was great about it, and they treated us with great hospitality there.
So we are going to take our first time out. When we come back on the Cleveland Cobras pregame show, we'll jump into the Malutic Live Coaches Corner. That's up after we take this time out on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football. Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leagues. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium in Hubbard as we continue on the Cleveland Cobras pregame show. It's now time to jump inside the coach's corner. Up first is the head coach of the Poland Bulldogs, Tom Pawlanski, and the coach's corner, as always, brought to you by Malutic Live, your home for high school sports. Follow them on social media at Malutic_live. And Matt, if you will, the interview with Poland head coach Tom Pawlanski. Malutic Live pregame show continues here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240 with Poland head coach Tom Pawlanski. And coach, let's go back and talk about last week's win over Canfield. Always nice to have a strong kicker to win you a football game.
Yeah, Jay Stefanson has been our kicker the last 2 years, and he's going into his third year. He's just done a phenomenal job. He's worked really hard, and we have all the faith in the world in our kick game. Hey, Friday night, every kick was really important, and Jace came through.
As we approach the midway point this week, Coach, how do you think your team has improved over the last 4 weeks?
We still got a long way to go. By no means are we a finished product. Proud of the growth that we've made so far, but we understand, hey, now we're into the Northeast 8 season, the conference season, which by far is the toughest one, around. Everybody knows everybody really well. Everybody's well coached, and our biggest thing is, hey, we got to make sure we focus on today and keep on getting better. But all the fundamentals of the game, blocking, tackling. That's what's being stressed, and I can't be more proud of our seniors and help leading the way to, in every single moment of practice that they're taking it seriously and they're trying hard to get better.
Coach, you look at this week's matchup with Hubbard, and it's become a little rivalry over the last several years. You've each split 2 of the last 4 meetings. How do you look at this year's matchup?
Yeah, hey, they're a strong squad. They're 3-1. Again, well coached. Coach Hoffman's been there obviously since 2007 and has done just a phenomenal job. They got a big, strong line led by Nick Bowser, and I think he's one of the best two-way linemen in the area. And, we're going to Hubbard. So, our mentality is, hey, we're down 14-0, getting off the bus, and we better have our shoes tied tight and chin straps buckled, ready to play.
When you look at this matchup, it does seem like Hubbard may be throwing it a little more this year than they have in years past. Has that changed how you prepare for the matchup?
Yeah, a little bit. They do. They've been throwing a little bit more. They got a big, strong, athletic quarterback right now, who's able to put the ball on the money, and he's also a threat with his legs. And so, we gotta be. We gotta be ready to defend both the run and the pass.
Coach, what's a key for your squad to go on the road and get another NE8 victory?
We got to make sure that we maintain our focus. Obviously we have to come off a big win on Friday. The challenge this week, is we have to make sure we're focused, ready to go, and that we keep on getting better. But hey, we're going on the road. The most important games right now, again, opening. It's an opener of the league for us. Everybody else played a league game last week except for us. So we got to get. We know this game is huge because, again, it's a league opener. And, if we have our sights set on winning a conference title, it's got to start week 1.
Coach, as you hit the midway point, have you come across any injuries that have slowed things down for you, or are you healthy coming into this matchup?
No, we're about as healthy as we can be right now. And, some kids are obviously week 5 going into it a little banged up here and there, but, that's to be expected. And so hey, whoever's on the bus is going to show up and play.
Coach, as always, thank you for your time and good luck against Hubbard.
Hey, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
That was Poland head coach Tom Pavlansky joining us here on the Malutic Live pregame show as we are waiting for both teams to arrive. We are going to take another timeout. We'll come back and we'll talk some Hubbard football. That's next on the Malutic Live Coaches Corner here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leagues. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192. We
now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
And we welcome you back here inside the press box at Memorial Stadium in Hubbard as the Cleveland Cobras pregame show continues. Back inside the Malutic Live Coaches Corner, and unfortunately we were not able to get an interview scheduled with Hubbard head coach Brian Hoffman. But Dave, you look at Coach Hoffman, this Eagle football program has not had a losing season since the 2002 season. So they have had quite the success under Coach Hoffman.
Yeah, and I'm sure they want to keep those winning ways to continue. And this game tonight is a big one where they meet a 4-0 Poland team and have an opportunity to win this one would be really great on his resume.
And you look at Hubbard, and it was an interesting schedule for them this year. They opened up with East in week 1, then faced a Western Pennsylvania team that played in their first game, and then had quite a challenge from Howland in their third game. They were tied at 14 going into the fourth quarter, came back and won that game 28-14, and then ran into a very good Niles team that we saw on the first night of the year.
Yeah, and we seen something special just that night. We wasn't sure what we had in Niles, but that night we seen a little glimpse of what they could be, and so far they have been a juggernaut with that team. So they have faced some competition there, and we'll see if some of that helps them tonight.
And we've seen a more of a it's not a wide open offense, but we've seen some more throwing of the football with junior quarterback Alex Hackwelder at the helm, the 6'2", 190-pound junior.
Yeah, because normally it's the old Woody Hayes days, a cloud of dust. That was Hubbard. They ran the football continuously, but now trying to open it up and have a little diversity in that offense. And we'll see what they can do tonight against the Poland Bulldogs.
And he's a dual threat quarterback, among the leading rushers for the Eagles, as well as their top passer. So that always makes it a little more difficult to scheme a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, always is, because it gives a lot of things. You got to watch them of not giving to the backs and taking off, which can open up things for the wide receivers. So there's a lot of different things they can do off of that option of the quarterback being such a high-profile guy, and they have to be ready for him.
As you can hear from the band down on the field in front of us, both teams have taken the field. The Poland Bulldogs, they'll be the visitors this evening. They are in the blue pants with the white jerseys, blue numbers, and blue trim with the blue helmet and the white P on the side. The Eagles will wear the white pants with the blue jerseys with white numbers, the gray trim on the sleeve with the name and number on the back, and the blue helmet with the eagle on the side. So you've met both teams. We are just moments away from getting this one underway, as the Poland Bulldogs now take the field off to the far side from us. And Dave, there's a lot of blue and white all over this field tonight.
Yeah, it is. You know, you look out there, it's nothing but blue and white all over the field with both of these teams with those type of colors. And this is going to be an interesting night, even in the broadcasting part of it. We can't say blue and white about anything because they're both that way. So it's going to be great.
A slight chance of rain, as we are just under 70 degrees. Our game time temperature here between Poland and Hubbard. Hubbard 0-1 in the NE8. This will be Poland's first league game in the Northeast 8 Conference, a conference that has been dominated by the South Range Raiders the last few years.
Yeah, we know about what they have been able to do over the years there at South Range. So now that maybe another few teams could try to move up in that limelight and see if they can challenge for something towards their league championship.
So we will see how this NE8 plays out. We'll be back in the NE8 in a couple of weeks here on the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week. We're going to take our final timeout. When we come back, it'll be time to kick this one off between Poland and Hubbard on the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825, or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Clark Cup champion!
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Wrapping up our pregame show here from Memorial Stadium in Hubbard as we greet you from Alumni Field. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Michael Rickard, Matthew Craven, Dave Ferris back at our Western Reserve Radio studios as we are set to begin tonight's game. For the Poland Bulldogs, they are averaging 34.5 points per game offensively, giving up 6.8 points per game defensively. The Eagles from Hubbard averaging just under 20 points at 19.8 and giving up 13.5 points per game. Hubbard will kick. Poland will get their hands on the football first to begin this evening's game under mostly clear and beautiful skies to get tonight's Game 5 underway already next week. While we have a moment, Cheney and Warren Harding from Molotov Stadium, and looking forward to seeing the Cowboys this year.
Yeah, we'll go back to our home away from home at Molotov, and we've been there a few times already, and that should be an interesting game, Mark.
So Trent Reinert will be the kicker for the Eagles. The sophomore will handle the kicking duties. Two-man back deep for the Bulldogs to begin this opening quarter. And tonight's opening kickoff brought to you by Repair That Glass in Hubbard, reminding you accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Offering a full range of automotive glass repairs. Call them at 330-534-3192. A bouncing kick gets us underway across the 10, outside of the 15, blockers to the 25, to the 30, to the 35-yard line, and out near the 37-yard line on the opening return for the Poland Bulldogs. That is number 3, Josh Maseko on the return, the junior wide receiver.
Yeah, and if we got one more little block in this seam there, he might have been off to the races to the end zone.
Dom Pagano is the quarterback for the Bulldogs, 5'11", 200-pound seniors. Cole Fulton and Danny Natoli are the running backs. Poland going to begin this first play from the from the Poland 37-yard line. One receiver to the right, 3 to the left side. Pagano is the quarterback in the backfield. Takes the snap, looks to throw, sets up the tunnel screen. Pass caught, makes the first man miss across the 40, cuts back to the 45-yard line with a flag back at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, they got a call back there. It might have been a more so, they probably won't call it clipping, but a block in the back. Let's see what they got there. Holding.
That was number 10, Vito Kimura on the reception, but this holding penalty is going to wipe out the gain on first down. It's going to put Poland behind the 6 to start this drive.
Yeah, and it's fortunate for Hubbard there. Number 6 was that Matthew Cheney at the corner position. He read that completely on the play, but whiffed on the tackle. And that one, I'm sure he loved it. They got the penalty and can move them back.
So Pagano and Fulton in the backfield. Single receivers to each side and a wing to the right. Pagano going to keep the football on first down and long and stood up across the 31-yard line. This will bring up a second down and just about 18 to go for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good read by the inside linebacker, Garland Warren, who recognized that delayed draw with the quarterback and was there to be right on that stop.
So make it 2nd down and 16 after they give them an official gain of 2 yards on this opening drive for the Bulldogs. Split 2 receivers to the right. Now they'll stack 2 running backs in the backfield in an I formation. They're going to give it to the second man through. Now fake it to him. Going to look deep downfield. Has a man out there. Pass is going to be juggled and then is caught on the deflection. That is caught by Josh Maseko. But we got a flag all the way back here at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I think they see if they're picking that up or I don't know.
Might be a sideline warning.
Yep, sideline warning on Hubbard. And I tell you, that Brandon Songer, just perfect read as a corner right there, had that interception and could not hold on to it. And great concentration on the other side by Josh Maseko be able to catch that.
1st and 10 Bulldogs from the Hubbard 41-yard line, just underway. Eye in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left. Slot man goes in motion. That's Maseko. Going to give it to the tailback, Fulton. And Fulton's going to be stood up and fall forward for a gain of 1. Bring up a 2nd down and 9 from the Hubbard 40-yard line.
Yeah, good defense there. Good reaction. A lot of misdirection in there that can cause the defense to go different ways, but they stayed home, was able to stop that play.
So 2nd and 9 from the 40, under 10 minutes in this opening quarter. We are scoreless between Poland and Hubbard in the NE8. 1 receiver right, trips to the left side. Pagano out of the pistol, running back to his left side. Pagano going to throw underneath, pass caught, short gain down to about the 37-yard line. As that is Vito Kimura, the sophomore, on the reception for the Bulldogs. It brings up a 3rd down and 7.
Good defense again, reacting very quickly on that quick read by the quarterback to find somebody there, and they were right on it and only gave up a few yards on the play.
So it is now going to be 3rd and 7 from the 38. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Pagano and Fulton in the backfield on 3rd down and 7. Pagano takes the snap, stands tall in the pocket, goes downfield, has a man open and across the 25 and down near the 24-yard line. That's Josh Maseko on the reception, and that'll move the sticks for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm in my preference there, I believe the corners are just playing a little bit too soft, and you basically invite them for that 1st down completion on that play.
So 1st and 10 Bulldogs from the Eagle 25-yard line. A little bit of a delay, handoff to Fulton running off the short side, and he'll go into the Bulldog bench near the 21-yard line. That's a gain of about 4. It's 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Poland's offense. Pretty efficient, precise in their calculations of what they're doing, and they're coming out and really moving the ball steadily down the field. Even though it's some good defensive plays there, they're still steady on what they want to do.
Mark the ball back a yard. 2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line. They'll run it on 2nd down, hole up the middle, and driving down to about the 16-yard line is Cole Fulton, the senior running back. Big back, too, at 6'1" and 205.
Yeah, he has some size there, and not a guy that's tap dancing around. He hit the hole and got there, and was able to pick up a nice carry on that play.
3rd down and 2 from the 17-yard line. Fulton, a 2-year letter winner already, looking for his 3rd this year. Stack I for the Poland Bulldogs. 3 backs in the backfield, no receivers. Pagano under center. 2nd man through, they fake it to him. Pagano keeps the football. He is going to be right near the 15-yard line, and that'll be enough for the 1st down.
Yep.
That's not a look you see every day anymore.
No, that's for sure. That's something a little different there. And he was able to get right there to the 15. I tell you, they're just steady in what they're doing and having a lot of success.
Cleveland Cobras scoreboard. Springfield a 6-0 lead over Matthews in the 1st quarter. Waterloo with an early 6-0 lead over Mineral Ridge in the 1st quarter.
Wow.
First and 10, Poland from the Hubbard 15-yard line. Going to toss it to the 3rd man in the stack I. That's Fulton trying to get to the corner, and he is stretched out and knocked out of bounds. And was looking for a flag, Dave. It seemed like the up back and the stack guy got a little bit of a head start.
Yeah, I actually think they just missed that because he's one of the quickest backs I've ever seen. That's definitely moving because he did get a quick jump there.
Loss of 2 on the carry by Fulton brings up 2nd and 12 from the Hubbard 17-yard line. Twins to the right, wing to the right. Single receiver to the left side is Andrew Todd. It's Pagano and Fulton in the backfield. Pagano takes the snap. He'll roll to the right side. Fulton stays in the block, looks for the end zone, pass into the end zone. Did he hold on to it? Yes, it is a Poland touchdown on the opening drive. Try and get you a number as that was way across the field.
Yeah, couldn't see it there.
As they will make their way across the field. I think that was 10.
Yep, that's what it was.
That was number 10, Vito Camora. So 6:59 to play in this opening quarter. Pagano to Camora.
Yeah, Camora is just a sophomore, and he ran a nice out route there and created good separation and was able to make that catch.
Jay Stefanson on for the extra point.
Number 86, Jay Stefanson.
As he will kick towards the scoreboard. Snap down. Stefanson's extra point is up, and it is good. 6:59 to go in the opening quarter. Poland takes the opening drive and cashes it in for 6 points. And has an early 7-0 lead over Hubbard. 6:59 to play in the opening quarter. We're back after this quick break on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825 or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Clark Cup champion!
We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
6:59 to play here in the opening quarter, brought to you by the Youngstown Phantoms. Poland takes the opening drive, cashes it in. Pagano to Camora, 17 yards, and Pagano very effective through the air. 4 of 4 for 71 yards and a touchdown in the opening drive.
Yeah, you can't be any better than that to have a percentage of that, 100%. So, yeah, perfect coming down the field. Like we said, that offense was precise and just liked how they was just workmanlike to bring that ball straight down the field.
So Stefanson will kick. Hubbard has 2 men back deep inside their 5-yard line. Stefanson with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Gets this foot of this one high, end over end. Fielded at the 8. Far side across the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Outside 35 to the 40-yard line before being pulled down from behind.
Yeah, nice.
Levante Daniels, the senior, on the return for the Eagles.
Yeah, very nice return there. And he's another one. They're a block 4, and we don't know what might have happened there, but he definitely a very nice return.
Dave, there's so much energy and sound in the crowd.
Yeah.
I haven't even turned the crowd mic on. That's just the natural sound from our headphones.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I'll tell you, it is loud and raucous, as they would say, in this stadium right now.
Alex Hatwelder, the 6'2 junior, is the starting quarterback. He'll begin with trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. One running back next to him, that's Garland Warren, number 18. Hatwelder takes the snap, gives it to Warren on first down, broke a couple of tackles across the 45-50, 45-40, 35, and out of bounds in Poland territory. And we may be in for an offensive night tonight, Dave.
Maybe that's what we're going to see, because that was a nice run there. And Garland Warren, I'll tell you, he's not no little guy at 5'11", 220. He's built like a tank, and he's got some speed there.
So they will spot the football at the Poland 36-yard line. Eagles left to right here in the opening quarter from Memorial Stadium. Gonna split two receivers to the right, split two to the left side. Warren now to the right of Alex Hackwelder, the junior quarterback. Send a receiver in motion, give it to him on the sweep, trying to turn the corner. And he's knocked down at the 34-yard line. No running room that time for number 5, Xander Owens.
Yeah, and Andrew Todd made sure there was no more room as he came up from his safety position and fielded really nice right there to break that up real quick.
Give Owens a gain of 2 on the rush, 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, that's how you play the safety position, and you're free like that. You get to come up in there, and he definitely did that.
Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Give it to Garland Warren. Rumbles across the 30 and down near the 26-yard line. And that's going to be close to a Hubbard first down in this opening quarter. As you're listening to Sports Radio 1240, WBBW Youngstown and Western Reserve Radio 2. Going to mark him just a little bit short. It's 3rd down and 1.
Yep. Nice run there. And, hey, we're seeing two offenses that are looking very good.
Same look for the Eagles. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right, movement up front, and this is going to cost Hubbard 5 on the illegal procedure, make it 3rd down and 6.
Right there, that's something that can just destroy a drive. Be nice and consistent, only a yard to go for a first down. Now it's a little bit tougher for you at 3rd and 6.
Hubbard's got some size across that front line. Nicholas Palante, 6'3", 310. So it backs him up to 3rd and 6 from the 31-yard line. Hackwelder takes the snap, fakes it to Warren. He's going to keep it. He got buried in the backfield for a loss of 1. That defensive end crashed down, did a good job to stay home and make the play.
Yeah, he did. He did an excellent job because there's an excellent block inside by the offensive tackle. I mean, he pancaked the defensive lineman, but with him coming up and filling perfectly to be able to make that stop.
So 4th down and long, and Hackwelder and the offense still out there. 4th and 7 from the Poland 32-yard line. Warren going to move to the left of Hackwelder, twins to each side. Daniels goes in motion. Hackwelder going to roll that way. Eyes downfield, and he is going to be sacked in the backfield as he just rolled into all kinds of trouble from the Poland Bulldogs. And the sack will turn the ball over on downs to Poland, and one of the Bulldogs a little slow to get up.
Yeah, yes.
That looked like, I think it was 88, Antonio Medina down on the field.
Yeah, that defensive end there must have got rolled up there on the end. I mean, it was a lot of bodies over that way, Mark, as they went out there and really pursued that play.
So they will tend to him down on the 40-yard line. From Mineral Ridge, it is now Ridge with a 7-6 lead over Waterloo as they play in the first quarter. Slowly getting up is the Antonio Medina, the 6'1 senior. So he will get help to the sidelines.
Yeah, they can't even put any weight on it at all, Mark.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Poland from the 39-yard line. This opening quarter brought to you by the Youngstown Phantoms. The Youngstown Phantoms are defending their 2023 Clark Cup Championship this season. Great seats are available by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-PUCK.
Well, I'm sure Hubbard's hoping to turn the ball over on down and giving this great field position to Poland had a mistake here. They get to start off at their 39-yard line. And that's great field position to start off with.
Bulldogs single receivers to each side with Pagano and Fulton in the backfield. McCulley, the tight end, going to move strong to the right side. Pagano takes the snap. He's looking to run with the football. Broke through the initial wave of defenders and falls forward down to the 41-yard line for a gain of 2. It's 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, he didn't have much room in there, and to be able to squeeze out those 2 yards in his own right was really, when you think about it, a good run, because I didn't see him having having a chance to get anything on that play.
Second down and 8 for the Bulldogs. 4:13 to play. Fast-moving opening quarter. Poland 7, Hubbard 0 in this NE8 matchup here in Week 5. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to put it in the belly of Cole Fulton, who turns the corner, dives across midfield. And where are they going to spot him down? Back near the 48-yard line.
It's close to first down. See, they're giving him taking it back another yard, so he's a couple yards short.
So give him a 6-yard gain. It's 3rd down and 2 from the Poland 47-yard line. Single receivers to each side. Pagano under center, eye in the backfield for the Bulldogs. Now they'll move the tight end strong from the right to the left. They're going to run it on 3rd down and 2, and getting across the 50 down to the 49-yard line is Cole Fulton, the senior, and that'll move the chains for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's determination there. He was hit right before he could even get to that line to gain for the first down, but it's kept those legs driving and was able to pick up even a couple more yards, and now they're in Hubbard's territory.
From the Eagle 49-yard line, 1st down and 10. Receivers to each side. Far man comes in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Pagano to throw. Going to take a deep shot downfield. Has a man wide open at the 10 and down near the 2-yard line. That's caught by Andrew Todd on the deep strike of just about 47 yards, and it's 1st and goal Poland from the Hubbard 2-yard line.
A perfect throw. Dropped it right in there like you need to. The thing about it, I don't understand with the corner, is playing an outside release type of, and you don't have anybody down the middle for help, and that's just opening up that pass play.
45-yard completion leads to a 1st and goal from the 4. They spot him down. Give the ball to Fulton, 2 hands on it as he looks for the goal line, and he's going to be stopped just shy of breaking the play, and it'll be a gain of 3. It's 2nd and goal from inside the 1.
Yeah, he got there. They was able to bring him down, but I mean, he's right on the cusp of getting in the end zone.
So they'll bring in the extra blocking back, and Ryan Snyder, the 5'5 senior, put him on a wing to the right side. Pagano going to keep the football, turn the corner, and he'll score from 1 yard out. And Poland, on consecutive possessions, has short touchdown runs.
Yeah, and I mean, another persistent drive. As I said, that was a very good field position to start off with at the 39-yard line, and they just did what they needed to do. And they do a great mixture of run and pass in there as far as their progression on offense. And it's a great mixture, and they looking really good.
Pagano, a perfect 5 for 5 for 106 yards and a touchdown in this opening quarter, Dave.
Yeah, hey, you can't ask anything better than that, being precise with the football.
Stefanson on for the extra point, kicking towards the scoreboard. Snap down, extra point blocked. The PAT is blocked in. It is no good. So with 2:34 to play in the opening quarter, it is now Poland 13, Hubbard 0. We're back after a quick break on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football. We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Back here to Hubbard, where Poland has scored on their first 2 possessions. The last extra point was blocked. They lead Hubbard 13-0. Up the road in Vienna at Matthews High School, Springfield is up 13-0 on Matthews with under 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter.
Hey, we just talked about our partners up there covering that game, and we got this identical score.
So Stefanson will kick the football away. Hubbard has 2 returners back deep. This will be from the 7-yard line, across the 10, 15 to the 25-yard line as he dives forward near the 27-yard line. On the return for the Eagles. So that was number 4, Baron Reynolds Penny on the return for Hubbard.
Yep.
So second possession for the Eagles, down 13-0. They started to move the football in that opening drive, Dave. Things just kind of stalled out on them.
Yeah, I mean, they had something going. They looked pretty good. And like you said, that penalty is what did it. Got that penalty, and then they start going in the wrong direction.
1 receiver to the right, 3 to the left side. Movement up front. Didn't see a flag. Hackwelder going to roll out, goes downfield. Pass caught across the 35, and near the first down marker is Xander Owens out of the backfield.
Yeah, he's real close to it. I don't know if he got it, but he's right there. And they might have got away with one because we definitely seen movement on the left side of the offensive line, and there was no call.
So that'll be a gain of just about 9 yards. They've gone to the end of the first quarter in Cortland, and Niles and Lakeview are scoreless as a pair of 3-1s get together in that game in the NE8. Second down and 1. Going to run the ball with Garland Warren, and he's going to have the first down to the 39-yard line. That'll move the sticks.
Right, and that's what you want to do is be able to move the sticks. They got to go back to what they had going their first drive and do something and get something at the end of this drive, too, to stay in this ball game.
Down under 2 minutes to play in this opening quarter, a 13-0 lead for the visiting Poland Bulldogs. Hubbard going to send 3 out to the right side, single receiver to the left, Hackwelder and Warren in the backfield. Hackwelder, 5-step drop. Time, now the pocket collapses. He broke free for a moment, and he's going to be sacked back near the 34-yard line, and a late flag at the end of the play.
Yeah, that's interesting to see what this call is. Came from that back, came flying in there.
Yeah, Albert's saying that's a face mask on Poland, but we will wait for the official indication.
Because if that is true, that's going to be a major penalty and probably would take Hubbard into their territory.
And we saw last week in our game with St. Ignatius and Fitch how penalties really did swing momentum in that game.
Yeah, it sure did. It absolutely did.
So we got the indication that it was a first down, but did not get the penalty call. Yeah. Springfield now a 19-0 lead over Matthews with under 3.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter.
Yeah.
So they'll spot the ball at Hubbard's 49-yard line and give the Eagles a first down.
Yes.
Trips to the right, single receiver left side. Hackwelder in the backfield, and he's going to keep the football as a flag comes in from the far sidelines at the end of the play.
Wow.
So the initial indication looked like it might be holding on the Eagles, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I believe that is the call, Mark. I think you got it exactly right.
So they will call holding on the Eagles to the dismay of some of the Hubbard fans below us.
Yeah.
So that holding penalty will back the ball up outside of the Hubbard 45-yard line. We're under a minute to play in this opening quarter, brought to you by the Youngstown Phantoms. Eagles skill players checking with the wristband. Play clock down under 14 seconds. Twins to each side. Now down under 10 seconds. Hackwelder takes the snap, turns the ball over. Time in the pocket, goes downfield, pass intercepted by the Bulldogs across the 50, cuts back to the 45-yard line, far side of the field to the 40, 35-30, 25-20, inside the 15 and out of bounds near the 10-yard line. That's Josh Maseko on the interception for the Poland Bulldogs as he stepped right in front of the intended target and took the ball away.
When you talk about, you may hear announcers, you hear coaches, or anybody talking, and they say telegraphing your pass. That was a perfect example. You seen exactly where he was going. He threw into a crowded area anyway that had 3 different defenders around it, and that was bound to be picked off. And great interception, but the thing about it, what a run back to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line now and put them there, Poland, in an opportunity to score once again.
So 1st and goal, Poland from the 10-yard line of the Hubbard Eagles. Mineral Ridge 14-6 leading Waterloo late stages of the first quarter.
Yeah, Josh Maseko is having a great game.
Fulton to the left of Pagano. Pagano is going to take this snap, keep it, spun off 1 tackle, and got back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain. It's 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. We'll see if Poland elects to snap the football again. They will not. We've come to the end of the opening quarter here from Hubbard. After 1, it is Poland 13, Hubbard 0. We're back after this timeout on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825 or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Clark Cup champion!
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football. We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Back here at Memorial Stadium in Hubbard after 1 quarter, it is a 13-0 lead for the Poland Bulldogs. I'm going to say hello to Byron listening to us in Arizona, checking in for tonight's game. Thank you for tuning in on WBBW.com or WesternReserveRadio.com. Appreciate the check-in tonight. So we flip ends of the field, Dave. It is 2nd and goal, Poland from the Hubbard 10-yard line as they will head towards the bandshell side of the stadium, towards the library up on the hill. 2 receivers to each side. Got a new quarterback now in there for the Bulldogs as they run a little bit of an option look, try and cut back. Ball pop loose on the turf. And the Bulldogs able to fall out on the 4-yard line. In there at quarterback was, Avino Kimura taking a snap at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, he's the guy that made an excellent catch earlier for a touchdown, and he was trying to get to the end zone there, and in trying so, he lost the football, but fortunately, they were able to recover that.
So they actually pick up 7 on the recovery of the loose football, brings up a 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Yeah, a little movement there in the backfield by the fullback.
So that will cost Poland 5 yards, and 3rd and goal from the 3 is now 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Yeah, Ryan Snyder back there, number 24. Little pre-movement before the snap of the ball.
From Vienna, 1:12 to go in the first quarter. Springfield now 27-0 over Matthews.
Wow. Boy, they are rolling.
So the penalty backs them up to 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. It's Pagano and Fulton in the backfield, and now we're going to have Poland take a timeout. We'll keep it here with 10:55 to play in this first half, a 13-0 lead for Poland. And you talk about, you say modern football offenses are multiple.
Yeah.
This Poland offense is the epitome of multiple.
Well, yes, it is, because, I just love how they're play calling. It's mix and match. You can't settle down and say, hey, they're running the football, we need to stop it here, or they're passing the football. They mix everything in a nice, well-groomed offense. And it's a treat to see because they have been great so far tonight. And it's going to be a tough task for Hubbard if they can't slow this down.
So Poland the penalty and now happy to take the timeout. A big third down stop, especially, as you said, from a Hubbard perspective that can't afford to get behind 3 scores here in the first half.
Yeah, this is a big down for them.
You're listening to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week. For an estimate, call owner Jerry Sandrock at 330-506-0013. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Tight end moves strong to the left. Pagano now sends him back to the right side in motion. He'll roll that way. Set the feet. Fire to the back of the end zone. The pass too far out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Looking for the tight end, Danny Natoli. And the pass falls incomplete. It's going to be 4th and goal. And Jay Stefanson looks like he'll come on to attempt a field goal.
Yeah, and I think that's his first incompletion on that play. But that was very good defense there. And just being smart with the football, not trying to fit nothing in there and then get an interception. He seen he couldn't get it there, so he made sure either his receiver get it or no one does.
So Maseko, who's done a little bit of everything, will now hold for the field goal attempt. Spot the ball at the 15, a 25-yard attempt for Jay Stefanson, the junior kicker for the Bulldogs, right down the middle. Snap, good. A kick on the way, and it is up, and it is good. So at 10:45 to play here in the first half, Poland now stretches their lead out to 16-0, scoring in all 3 possessions.
Yeah, every time they had the football, they were able to put points on the board, and that's all you want to be able to do. And, Hubbard now for a monumental, could have been very monumental to try to come back. But being able to stop them to only get 3 points, it should be some type of encouragement for them.
We take this continual road show on the road again next week as it'll be the Cheney Cowboys and the Warren Harding Raiders getting together. And that's one of those games you and I kind of saw, and it's one of those where it's almost that rivalry type thing. You say, throw the records out, and let's just see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to a good game. And I tell you that, those Warren Raiders, they have had a heck of a schedule to go through, and we done seen a couple of the games. So, that's why you never count them out. Don't think about their record. They have played some great teams, and Cheney and them, that's going to be a battle for sure.
So Stefanson will kick the football back to the Hubbard Eagles, going right to left here in quarter number 2. Hubbard is they've got a little bit of rhythm going offensively, but they haven't been able to finish off drives here in the first half.
Yeah, they got to be careful with the football and be proficient. I mean, their offense hasn't looked bad. That last pass, it was just so telegraphed. You've seen it coming, and they just got to be careful with the football. I think they can move the football against Poland.
So Stefanson will kick. Eagles, twin returners back deep inside the 10-yard line. Stefanson straight on, kicks the ball away, high end over end, and definitely short. Bounces shy of the 20-yard line. Loose ball on the turf. They'll pile up for it near the 20-yard line. And
it looks like Poland might have it.
Poland's football. They recovered the dropped punt, and the Bulldogs are going to come out of there with the football. Let's see, for the Bulldogs, that is 43. That is Pano Exopoulos who comes out of there with the football for the Poland Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, Mark, I want you to say that 3 times. I tell you, that guy right there, it bothered me on that kick, because on a kickoff, you can't be that nonchalant about a ball that's short. I didn't see any type of urgency to get to the football, and then now you have this disaster, and now you're in big trouble now with them at the 18-yard line, a chance to score once again.
Second quarter, Mineral Ridge 21, and it is Waterloo 6. Pagano, 4 receivers stacked to the right side, 1 to the left. He's alone in the backfield. And before the play gets underway, whistles, and that's going to be a delay of game penalty on the Bulldogs. Back them up 5 yards. And while we have a moment, one of the best running backs in Trumbull County has found the end zone. Antoine Gardner scores on a 39-yard touchdown run for the Red Dragons, and they lead Lakeview 7-0 with under 6 minutes to play in the first half.
Yeah, and we look for that one to be a good game there with those identical records going into that game. I believe 3-1, and we see that it's going to be a tough one all night long, I'm sure.
1st and 15, back to the 23. Pagano to throw. Time in the pocket. One-on-one matchup downfield and overshoots his intended receiver. And incomplete in the back corner of the end zone. They went 4 receivers strong to the right side and then tried to throw back to the left.
Yeah, because you got that one-on-one matchup. And you're trying to see if you can create some mismatches. And that one he had to definitely fit it in. It wasn't bad coverage there. And but as I said before, he's real careful with the football. He let that one rip, and he made sure either his receiver can get it in the corner or no one will get it.
2nd and 15 from the 23 of Hubbard. Poland 16, Hubbard 0. Thank you for tuning in this week. 10:35 to play in the first half. They send the slot man in motion. Fake it to him. Pagano looks to run, and he is going to be pulled down from behind at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, that was a very, very good thing that he was able to pull him behind. It looked like he was getting ready to break one open a little bit there. So was able to snatch him down before he got going.
So he'll pick up 3. It's 3rd and 12 from the 21-yard line. Single receiver, that's Vaseko wide outside, inside the hash marks to the right. Joined by Kimura inside in the slot position. Another set of twins to the left side. Pagano looking left, firing left. Pass is going to be caught, and that is going to be shy of the first down marker. Caught by Andrew Todd, the 6'1 senior. It's going to bring up a 4th down and little more than 2 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you know, I'm really impressed with Don Pagano. He is very good with the football. Got that thing to the outside towards the sidelines. Again, only the receiver can get it, and it was nice and low. Either that's going to be caught or it's going to be incomplete, and his receiver was able to get down on the ground and be able to receive that ball.
4th and 2 from the 10-yard line. Pagano takes the snap. He's going to try and follow his big offensive line. Hubbard stretches it out. He's able to turn the corner inside the 5 and knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they were not even, I mean, that's good offensive line play. They could not string that play out, and he was able to follow his blockers and get there to that first down.
Springfield lighting up the scoreboard again this week, Dave. 33-0 over Matthews, just under 11 minutes to play in the first half.
Oh, man, they are on a roll. We done heard them 2 weeks in a row, and they're putting up big points.
Under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. It is 1st and goal for the Bulldogs from the Hubbard 3-yard line. Pagano under center. Fulton is the tailback. They'll give it to Fulton, and he hits a wall of blue defenders that is pushed back at about the 2-yard line. It's 2nd and goal from there.
Yeah, very good defensive stands there. They was able to clog that up and not allow him to get too much of anything on that play.
So gain of 1 brings up 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line as we approach 8 minutes to play here in tonight's first half. Coming up at halftime, scores around the valley, a first half stats story, and this week's edition of the President's Athletic Conference Report with Commissioner Joe Enderko. Pagano has Fulton to his left. He will give it to Fulton. Cuts back to the right side. Flag on the play. Fulton is going to be stood up at the 2-yard line. So we'll have to check out the penalty as Cole Fulton got back to the line of scrimmage before being pushed back.
Yeah, legal procedure there on the call. And that's what you call on defense, Mark. Hats to the ball, and they did there twice in a row. They're getting right there at the point of attack and being able to make those tackles.
So the 5-yard penalty backs it up, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now to the 7-yard line. Into the band shell here at Memorial Stadium.
Well, I think they'll, just from if I'm playing in this game right now, But I'm trying to isolate something. I think they're going to try some play action and throw the football in this play.
Pagano takes the snap, going to follow that big offensive line, and he got down to the 6-yard line, only gained about a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down and goal for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I thought they might try something there. I've been looking for a pass coming up here, but I really thought that last play, with it being 2nd down, they would try that. But that defense, run defense, is doing a great job so far in trying to keep them going forward.
So 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. 7 minutes to play in this first half. 16-0 Poland over Hubbard. They're going to spread the Eagle defense out with trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. Pagano back to throw. Sets up the screen. Receiver made the catch, and Fulton, and he is driven back, and it's going to be 4th down and goal for the Bulldogs.
Oh, man, Nunzizo Scachetti, I believe it is their last name, number 11. Boy, did he read that. He read that mark and was on it.
So he made the play and brings up 4th down, and I think we're going to see Jay Stefanson once again.
You know, it is great at this level of football to have a very good kicker that can continue to put points on the board for you. And this guy has shown that he is definitely a good kicker. I watched him in warm-ups. I was impressed.
Another 25-yard attempt, hash to the left. Good snap, good hold, kick on the way.
Oh,
and this one is no good.
Yeah, well, I
missed it outside the left upright and no good.
Yeah, I probably put the old kibosh on him. You know, when you start talking about it and praising the kicker, next thing you know, I shouldn't say it, wide right.
And you know you've been doing this a long time when you can bring out the broadcaster jinx.
Yeah, that's what I just did. Because, the guy, I was impressed. We talking about it. I said, this guy can really boot the ball.
And which way was it?
Wide right.
I was just making sure I heard you say that correctly. So Hubbard gets their first hold defensively, and now they have the football back. They've got all 3 timeouts and 6:01 to play in the first half.
Yeah.
Hackwelder going to send 1 receiver to the right. Now 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Slot man goes in motion. They're going to try and flip it to Owens, and he's got no running room whatsoever.
That thing was read immediately by the linebackers and also the safety man, who actually you start seeing him hitting his hand and telling his guys to come off the edge so they can be able to be there. So, that was something that was read earlier. Something he done seen in film study. And that's when you know a guy's definitely been in the classroom.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the Hubbard 20-yard line. 1 receiver right, 3 to the left side. They're going to run it right up the middle, and a nice hole. And spinning up the middle is Garland Warren down to the 29-yard line. This will leave Hubbard about 2 yards shy of the first down. It's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, that's what we seen in that first drive. And I thought they were more precision on their offense when they were doing that, handing off to Garland, running to the outside a little bit instead of trying to do a little bit more passing. I think they need to get back to that and see if they can get their offense going.
Trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. Hackwelder's going to run it right up the middle, looking for the first down, and he's going to get back near the line of scrimmage at the 29-yard line. Still about a yard and a half shy of the first down. It's 4th down and a long 1.
Yeah, this is a tough call here. Do you go for it? I think I kick it. You're already down 16-0. Do you want to give that ball back to Poland in scoring position? You better have something dialed up real good on this play.
Hackwelder and Warren in the backfield. Twins to each side. 4th down and a little more than 1. Hubbard trying to work that hard count. And they're going to be forced to take the timeout rather than the penalty. 4:01 to play first half. Poland 16, Hubbard 0. Back after a quick break on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leagues. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Well, Dave, looked like Hubbard trying to work that hard count with Alex Hackwelder, the junior quarterback, and now I assume Braden Songer will come on and punt the football away.
No, it looked like they're lining up offensively once again.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I'm really shocked. I mean, you're down 16 already, and this offensive Poland has been lights out tonight.
Hackwelder takes the snap, gives the ball to Warren, who slipped down trying to cut upfield, and this will be a loss of 2 and a turnover on downs back to the Poland Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, see, that just things can happen like that. I mean, if you had a foot to go or something, maybe 2 full yards, and you haven't been really precision like except that first drive, I just gotta punt the ball away.
So Poland takes over. Second time they've taken over on downs. From the Hubbard 27-yard line with 3:58 to play in the first half. Pagano has Cole Fulton with him in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side, wing to the right side. They'll run the ball with Fulton right up the middle, inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. And they're going to throw another flag for a sideline warning on the Bulldogs. So each side has been warned, Dave. The next one will be a penalty.
Yeah, and it'll be a big one, too, if it happened once again. So they're going to have to really be coaches. They'll assign somebody as far as keeping those sidelines back and not to happen no more during this game.
Yeah, 2 veterans and 2 veteran coaching staffs, Coach Pavlansky and Coach Hoffman. 2nd and 5 from the Hubbard 23-yard line. 3.5 minutes to play first half. 2 receivers.
Inside route.
1 will go in motion. Pagano's just going to keep the football, slip through a tackle, and he'll have the first down to the 15-yard line as he was able to just kind of get skinny and get through the tackle attempt by the Eagles.
Yeah, you know, that last drive that Poland had, and it's short field, but the great job by Hubbard of keeping them out of the end zone. But, you know, you can't continue to put your defense in this kind of position and be on the field so long. You just can't, not against the offense that we have seen tonight. This is going to be a tough task to keep them out on this here drive.
Trips to the left side, single receiver. That's Maseko to the right side. They will run it with Cole Fulton, who has stood up at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain. It is 2nd and it might have even lost a bit of a yard. So back near the 16-yard line.
Yeah, not bad defense there. They're trying to hold up, but like I said, that's a lot of time on the field for the Hubbard Eagles defense to be out there continuously. And you know, we're in high school football. You got a lot of those linemen that's going both ways. It's rough.
2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Pagano claps, takes this snap, sets up the tunnel screen. Receiver made the catch and got down near the 10-yard line before being knocked down.
Good pursuit on the play to be able to string that out and get them out of bounds. They only got about 3 yards on the play.
Andrew Todd, number 6 on the reception to the far sideline. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Yep.
Pagano checking with the sidelines for the play call as the clock is now down to 0. And Poland will have to take a timeout. That'll leave them with 1. 1:42 to play in the half. Poland 16, Hubbard 0 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825 or go to youngstownphantoms.com. Clark Cup champion! We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs from the Hubbard 12-yard line. As we're getting set to get back to action, Poland with one timeout left. Hubbard has a pair. Two receivers right, one to the left side. Pagano and Fulton in the backfield. Pagano going to roll to the right. Now set his feet, going to run up the middle with the football. Broke a couple tackles. A big lane opened up, and he hammered his way into the end zone for a 12-yard touchdown run by the senior Dom Pagano.
Pagano's just having a great game, and that he should have been taken down around the 13-yard line. He was sandwiched in there in the backfield. I don't know how he got out of that and then met at the 1-yard line. He just ran straight through two tacklers and right into the end zone for another score.
So Jay Stefanson on to attempt the extra point. Pagano 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown here in the first half for the Bulldogs. Maseko will hold. Stefanson on for the extra point. A little bit of movement up front. They'll blow this dead as a little illegal procedure on the Poland Bulldogs will back them up 5, but we've seen Stefanson definitely within his range.
Yeah, definitely there. So he should be fine to be able to hit this from about 32 yards out now.
So they'll back it up 5 yards.
Well, nope, not that far out.
So he'll put the knee down at the 15. So another 25-yard attempt where he's 1 for 2.
Yep.
He missed the one on the far hash mark.
Yeah, this is right down the center.
Again, Maseko will hold. Play clock done under 10 seconds, and one of the Eagles came flying across the line, and they'll get 5 yards, and then they'll give 5 yards back, and we'll try it again.
Yeah, that was Daniels that came across a little bit. No, that was Garland, I'm sorry. Came across a little bit too fast, and now that just moves it a lot closer for him for this extra point.
So we'll try and get this lined up for the 3rd time as we've had a penalty on each side. Give you a couple of Cleveland Cobras scores after we attempt this extra point. Again, into the band shell here at Memorial Stadium with 1:34 to play in the first half. Snap is a good one. They get the extra point down. The kick is up, and it is good with 1:34 to play here in the first half. It is now Poland up 23-0 over the Hubbard Eagles. Couple scores for you. Under 5 minutes to play first half. Springfield a 41-0 lead over Matthews. Mineral Ridge and Waterloo were in a good one. 21-12. Mineral Ridge leading Waterloo in the second quarter. And George Alice makes a 29-yard field goal as time expires. They've gone to the half. Niles, a 10-0 lead over Lakeview in a big NE8 matchup. And also, we have a moment we could tell you. We approach 8 o'clock here on Sports Radio 1240, WBBW Youngstown, and Western Reserve Radio 2. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Michael Rickard here from Memorial Stadium in Hubbard. Matthew Craven and David Ferris back at our Western Reserve Radio studios in Struthers. Might be our chilliest night so far.
Yeah, you can feel it dropping, and but still a pleasant night for high school football.
You know, two of us decided it wasn't a shorts kind of night this cold, but not everybody felt that way.
Right.
So this is interesting as Stefanson has the ball kind of turned on its side. I don't know if Poland's going to attempt an onside kick here. We'll have to wait and see. Stefanson will kick it away, angled kind of little pop-up kick, fielded, dropped at the 20-yard line, and Hubbard just going to settle to fall on the football and maintain possession at the 20.
Yeah, I mean, that ball was right there for Garland to catch, and thought he did have it and lost it. And then his teammates did the smart thing, is just get on the football and make sure you got it secured.
So 1st and 10 for the Eagles from their 21-yard line. 1:31 to play in this first half, and Coach Hoffman and the Eagles, 2 timeouts remaining. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left side. Hackwelder alone in the backfield. Warren in motion into the backfield. They'll give it to him as it came around in motion. And Garland Warren's going to pick up a couple of yards. He'll pick up close to 3, David. 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, got a few yards there, and it looks like they're just at the rate of speed they're doing, just something consistent. No urgency there. Maybe they just want to go to the halftime and try to regroup. And they got some work left really to do and make some changes here at the halftime mark.
Under a minute to play in the half. 2nd and 7. Play clock at 10 seconds. Hackwelder going to roll out to the outside. Being pursued from the backside. Looks downfield for Daniels. That pass is going to be incomplete. Looking for Levante Daniels. Brings up 3rd and 7 with 46 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, that last situation is really tough on them to hear now that they're going into halftime at 23-0. Whereas maybe, they may have still could have gotten the end zone, but we don't know if they had to punt that football. It's been a lot better going into that halftime at 2 scores down instead of really 3 now.
So it brings up 3rd and 7 from the 23-yard line. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left side. Hackwelder alone in the backfield. Drop the football. He'll pick it up, just try to run with it to get back near the line of scrimmage. He's actually going to pick up a few yards. Got a nice block to the outside and got down to the 25-yard line and brings up 4th down.
Yes, sir. 38, really and a half seconds left. You just hunt this thing out of here. Try to play some. Yeah, you never know what Poland might do, depending on where their field position is. Whether they'll try to go for another score and really put the dagger where they need to. So let's see what happens on this play after this short timeout that they have.
Yeah, we didn't get an indication of either team taking a timeout.
Yeah.
They didn't take one off the scoreboard either.
No, I don't know.
And
it's a TV timeout without us knowing that we're on TV.
There's no TV.
That's
I didn't
right.
see an indication of a hydration break either.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. Just
you would assume if anybody took a timeout, it would have been Poland to try to get the football back.
Right.
With around 30 seconds to go in the half.
Mm-hmm.
Mineral Ridge now pulling away from Waterloo, leading it 28-12 in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Waterloo was hanging around, which was really shocking to me that they was trying to stay with them a little bit. But maybe now Mineral Ridge has got things together and maybe trying to pull away and really put that game away.
So 4th and 5. And it'll be the sophomore Braden Songer to punt the football away. Single returner for the Bulldogs back at his 42-yard line. High snap. Songer gets the kick away. High wobbly kick drives him back to the 37. Cuts back to the 40 and down near the 43-yard line. Good coverage downfield by the Eagles there to make the stop. That was Joseph Ham, number 27, and Liam Ham, number 24 on the stop.
I guess they made them a ham sandwich. Had to get that one in there, Mark. Just had to.
I put it out there. Wasn't quite sure if you were going to take the bait or not, but it has been that kind of a Friday night.
Yes, it has.
So Poland has it 1st and 10 from their 43-yard line with 29.3 seconds to go in the half, leading Hubbard 23-0. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. Pagano out of a pistol. Takes the snap, 5-step drop, has time, steps up in the pocket, looking to throw, fires deep downfield and overshoots his intended target. Josh Maseko incomplete, is covered downfield by Levante Daniels.
Yeah, and this lets me know that Poland's looking to put the dagger, as they say, right in the heart, because they're going for more.
Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 from the 23-yard line. Bulldogs going to again go with a trip formation to the right side, single receiver to the left. Going to put Pagano alone in the backfield. He'll walk up to his center, make sure they're on the same page. Now 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pagano going to run, gets to the outside across the 45-50 to the Hubbard 49-yard line and out of bounds with 16.7 seconds to go here in the half.
Yeah, this gets him closer to, as he is, to midfield. If he can get a nice pickup on this next play. They got the timeout. They can actually try a kick. They got the kicker. They got a pretty strong leg.
You think, 20, 25-yard line for them to realistically try and attempt.
Yep.
Twins eats out of the field for the senior Dom Pagano, running back to his right. 3rd down and 5. Pagano, 5-step drop. Sidearm slings downfield, pass caught, and receiver was punished to the turf as Songer came up there to make the stop defensively. But it's a 1st down catch by Andrew Todd to the Hubbard 42-yard line.
Yeah, they came up and gave him the whack, but I tell you, that was good hands and good concentration to hold on to that football.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. They'll wind the clock. Pagano will just spike it. Brings up 2nd down and 10 with 8.3 seconds to go in the half. Hubbard trying to get the play call in. We'll see what the defensive formation will be here. If you want to play your base or you drop back into some type of prevent look.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going to just stay in their base on this play.
2 receivers go to each side of the formation. It's Pagano and Fulton in the backfield. Pagano to throw. Flag on the play. Hit as he throws. Going downfield, and the pass broken up. Incomplete inside the 5-yard line. We've got a flag back at the Poland 49-yard line with 2.3 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, good coverage and recovery there by Matthew Cheney to be able to knock that ball away on a deep pass. We definitely had a penalty.
Ineligible downfield, I believe, was the indication.
Or is it a legal pass? Was that?
Either way, this penalty is going to be marked off against Hubbard.
Yeah, whatever it was. If it's sideline interference there, and it's
the 2nd one.
Yeah. Gives them another shot at the end zone.
Spot the football at the 37-yard line. 2nd and 5 from there. 2.3 seconds. Stack 2 receivers to the left, split 2 to the right side. Pagano takes the snap. 3-step drop, steps into the pocket, going to take a shot for the end zone. Downfield, and that pass, was that caught?
Yes, it is.
That was caught for a Poland touchdown at the back of the end zone from 37 yards out.
Yeah, right on the money. Put it up there for him. He wanted it worse than anybody else. And he was able to catch that ball right in stride. And that just, I tell you, man, that is a dagger to put in right final play of the first half.
That's Pagano to Cole Fulton in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. And now Poland will come on to attempt the extra point. And they seem to be missing a holder out there.
The way things going tonight, maybe he was going to kick it and hold it at the same time.
So Stefanson will come on to attempt the extra point. Kamara will do the holding. Snap, gets it down, extra point up, and the extra point is good. Our score at the half, it is Poland 30, Hubbard 0. We'll begin the halftime show after this on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Whether you are a professional football champion or a fantasy football champion, Martusio Chiropractic is the place to recover from all your sports injuries. Proudly serving Trumbull County, Martusio Chiropractic is located at 369 Niles Cortland Road in Warren. Martusio Chiropractic accepts most insurance plans, now accepting new patients and offering some same-day appointments. For more information or to make an appointment, call Martusio Chiropractic at 330-856-9595.
We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Halftime here at Memorial Stadium in Hubbard as the Poland marching band gets set to take the field. And as we do at halftime every week, it's time to check in with Commissioner Joanne Durko and the President's Athletic Conference report.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report, covering games on September 16th, 2023. I'm Joanne Derko. This week we will take a quick look back at Week 2 action in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing Week 3 contests this coming Saturday. Week 2 of PAC football action saw 3 teams, defending champion Carnegie Mellon, Grove City, and Washington and Jefferson, each improved to 2-0 with league wins. The Tartans posted their second straight shutout, blanking visiting St. Vincent 38-0. Grove City overcame an early deficit to win at Waynesburg 43-27, while W&J rolled past Bethany 42-7. In other action, the game of the day was in Meadville, where a goal line interception in the closing seconds clinched a 27-21 road win for Geneva at Allegheny. Finally, Westminster got its first win with a 28-7 home victory over Teal. Case Western Reserve had the weekend off. PAC Player of the Week honors for Week 2 went to junior quarterback Jacob Pugh from W&J on offense, senior defensive back Kevin Arcia from Carnegie Mellon on defense, and Grove City senior kick returner Gabe Dunlap on special teams. Earning PAC Newcomer of the Week laurels was Westminster freshman linebacker Matthew Petruzzi. Week 3 again features 5 conference matchups. Highlighting the early games is a matchup of traditional conference powers, as 1-1 Westminster visits 2-0 Washington and Jefferson at Cameron Stadium in Washington at 1 p.m. W&J dominates the all-time series with the Titans 37-7, but the Presidents had dropped 4 straight meetings against Westminster before posting a 17-14 win in New Wilmington last season. President head coach Mike Sirianni talks about the challenges of facing a constantly evolving Titan defensive unit.
We're doing like a 4 or 5 game breakdown on them, and they're doing different things in all 4 or 5 games. They never stay the same. They're moving, they're twisting, they're stunting, they're playing this coverage, they're playing that coverage, they're disguising things. And that's why they've been one of the top defenses, not just in the PAC, but probably in the country in the last 5 years.
Another huge league showdown takes place under the lights in Cleveland, as 2-0 Grove City travels to face 1-0 Case Western Reserve at DeSanto Field at 7 p.m. Case holds a 5-2 series advantage against the Wolverines. However, Grove City prevailed against the Spartans a year ago with a narrow 14-13 home victory. For Spartan head coach Greg Debelak, having the bye week in Week 2 allowed his squad extra time to prepare for this week's key matchup.
We use the bye week to prepare for Grove City, to tell you the truth. Sometimes we use it just to get better or heal, but we're definitely preparing for Grove City and their looks, and we feel it's going to be a great challenge, and they're a very, very solid football team in all three aspects of the game.
After starting the season with losses to the top two teams in the PAC preseason poll, 0-2 St. Vincent hopes to get back on track at home Saturday as the Bearcats host 1-1 Allegheny at Chuck Knoll Field in Latrobe. It is only the third all-time meeting on the gridiron between the programs. Prior to last year's 52-35 Bearcat victory, the programs last met in 1929 when the Gators recorded a 28-6 win over St. Vincent. Bearcat head coach Aaron Smetanka talks about the keys to victory for his squad on Saturday against Allegheny.
Yes, going back from Allegheny State, the first 2 weeks they played really well, being very honest. I think they're a completely different team than they were last year. Seeing it just from every phase of the game with them playing, whether it be from the teams and special teams, offense or defense. They've done some really good things here, helping change around it.
In other Week 3 action, 2-0 Carnegie Mellon remains home at Gesling Stadium in Pittsburgh with a 1 p.m. kickoff against 0-2 Waynesburg. The Tartans lead 14-5-1 in the all-time series between the programs, which dates back to 1907. Last season, the Yellow Jackets gave the unbeaten Tartans a scare before CMU prevailed 27-20. Finally, two teams in search of their first win battle in Greenville when 0-2 Teal hosts 0-2 Bethany at Alumni Stadium at 1 p.m. It's the 78th all-time meeting between the programs dating back to 1917, with the Bison narrowly leading the series against the Tomcats 40-36-1. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Please log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other league information. You can follow us on social media via Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Onderco. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.
Thank you, Joe, for this week's PAC report as they get set for Week 3 of football action in the President's Athletic Conference. Here at the half, it is Poland 30 and Hubbard 0. We'll take our first halftime break, and when we come back, we'll look at scores around the Valley. Brought to you by the Cleveland Cobras here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_Live. And remember, our fans come first. Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leagues. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Halftime continues here on the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week. Halftime scores brought to you by the Cleveland Cobras. They are in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship, and if you're looking to continue your football career, contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Let's see what we got on the scoreboard for you tonight, Dave. Approaching halftime in the Battle of East. Youngstown East leading Akron to East 8-7.
All right.
Austintown Fitch bouncing back in a big way. Oh, well, I should say playing in a big way after the big win last week. A 28-0 lead over Stowe Monroe Falls. Canfield 21-0 lead over the Cheney Cowboys at the half.
Wow, that's impressive.
Crestview 20, Candlesticks. That is at the half as well. See Girard leading Pymatum Valley, but approaching halftime 21-0. McDonald and Jackson Milton knotted up at 14 apiece. The Blue Jays come off that last-second win last week over Mineral Ridge, as they are 4-0 on the season. Niles a 10-0 lead over Lakeview at the break. Brookfield playing good football the last couple weeks after a tough start on the schedule, leading Liberty 14-12 as they approach halftime there. Mineral Ridge 21, Waterloo 12. That game has also gone to the half. South Range and Struthers, it's 27-14. South Range leading Struthers as that game approaches halftime. In a big game in Columbiana County, United 7, Southern 6. That game, a 1-point game at the half, and both those teams off to great starts this year.
Yeah, and that's you love to see those type of battles, back and forth.
So those are some of the high school football scores around the Valley. As we look at our first half scoring recap, 6:59 to play in the first half. Pagano hit Vito Camara from a 17 yards out for a touchdown. The extra point by Stefanson made it 7-0 in favor of the Poland Bulldogs. 2:34 to go in that opening quarter, and it was the senior Dom Pagano plunging in from 1 yard out. The extra point attempt by Stefanson was blocked, and after the opening quarter, it was a 13-0 lead for the Poland Bulldogs. Jay Stefanson connected on a 25-yard field goal at the 10:45 mark of the first half, making it 16-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. And then it was Pagano breaking in from 12 yards out and breaking tackles for a 12-yard touchdown run. The extra point made it 23-0 Bulldogs. And as time expired, Dave, Pagano to Fulton from 37 yards out. The pitch and catch, and Stefanson's extra point made it 30-0 Bulldogs here at the half.
Yeah, and that was a dagger right there, that last score. And I tell you, it seemed like everything, even though they were behind, everything fell apart when they tried to go for that 4th and 2 in their own territory, deep in their own territory, and things just went awry after that. It's 14 unanswered points.
So that leads us to our scoring here at the half. As you can hear, the Hubbard marching band now down on the field, being joined by performing members from the 8th grade band. As we are at the half with Poland on top of the Hubbard Eagles by a score of 30-0. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will look at our upcoming games here on the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week. It's halftime. Poland a 30-0 lead over Hubbard on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
It's all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to clevelandcobrasfootball.com, Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825 or go to youngstownphantoms.com. Clark Cup champion! Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Halftime continues here on Western Reserve Radio as the Hubbard Marching Band perform in Script, Ohio tonight here at home. As we step back and kind of look at things, Dave, we talked about it in the pregame show, how these first 5 weeks have been so fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's been one of those seasons where I don't know if we really knew what to expect.
Right.
With 3 teams making it to the state championship last year. But there's a lot of teams that have really stepped up and shown they're picking up where they left off.
Yeah, that's no joke about that. And in our area, Mark, you know, like you said, we got 3 teams there. And the way things are going halfway point, that can be replicated this year. I'm telling you, we have some very strong teams in our area that probably can make it there. So it's just unbelievable what we've been seeing, and continuance of good football play, and I love it.
Got an update from Cortland. Antoine Gardner in the end zone again, this time from 81 yards out. It's 17-0 Niles on the road at Lakeview.
Yeah, you know, I'm telling you, the first week we just didn't know what, you know, how good were they, and we've seen a little bit then, but since then, I tell you, except the game against Ashtabula, it's not that they didn't represent themselves well even in that game, but they have been on a roll, and there's a team that we don't know what will happen if they get the playoffs, what kind of damage they can do.
Yeah, they have got a nice 1-2 punch at quarterback and running back, and you look ahead on the Red Dragons schedule, they go to 3-1 to Beaver Local next week, and then come home to round out a month of September, take on these very same Poland Bulldogs.
And that should be a really good game. But what I didn't see tonight and what I've seen in our first game at Niles, and I'm sure from just the indication of who they played and how they played, they're better than they were when we seen them. So can you imagine those two getting together? And that's in 2 weeks, you said. That should be great.
Let's take a look at the unofficial first half numbers. For the Poland Bulldogs, Dom Pagano, 11 carries for 42 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Cole Fulton had 10 rushes for 27 yards. Pagano through the air. Great first half, Dave. 10 of 14, 163 yards and a pair of touchdowns.
Yeah, and precise ones that were dropped in there like he's dropping in the bucket. He has had a really good game and makes good decisions with the football.
Vito Kimura, 1 of 1 for 7 yards. Leading receiver, Andrew Todd, 4 catches for 67 yards. Josh Maseko, 2 for 42. Cole Fulton, 2 for 35 and a touchdown out of the backfield. Vinny Kimura, 2 for 19 yards and a touchdown. And Oliver McCulley, the tight end, 1 catch for 7 yards. For the Hubbard Eagles tonight, Garland Warren has 7 carries for 46 yards. Xander Owens 2 end-arounds for 2 yards. The quarterback, Alex Heckwelder, has 3 carries for minus 5 yards, Hackwelder through the air, just 1 of 3 for 9 yards and an interception. Xander Owens, that 1 catch for 9 yards, and just having trouble getting time for Hackwelder to throw the football downfield.
Yeah, in this game, they needed to have where they can do both run in, throw the ball, and they have not been able to throw the ball at all, which has slowed down that running game and has put them to a halt as far as on offense.
So both teams have wrapped up their halftime marching band performances as Poland leading Hubbard by a score of 30-0 here at the half. And we've seen glimpses of the offense to get going for Hubbard, but they've also given Poland 2 very short fields in the first half, not being able to convert 4th downs.
Yeah, and I think that was both of those were killers, especially the last one. That was really something. I was really surprised. I like what they did at first of trying to draw them off sides with the hard count. But once you didn't get that, I thought you definitely would punt the ball away. And for them to go for it, it shocked me. And it really put them in bad way.
Looking ahead on our schedule next week, Dave, you and I head back high atop Mollenkoff Stadium for Cheney and the Warren Harding Raiders. And one that I think is going to be really interesting because both teams have been tested by the schedules that they've played.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking at that game, don't judge it by the records.
Yeah, not at all. I was going to say they have played, and we have been there to see what type of schedule Harding has had. And then we always given a score break for us with Cheney and who they play. So they both have played some top-notch teams. That's why I believe that's going to be an interesting game and hard to pick which one is going to come out on top.
If you weren't with us last week, we filled one of our 3 open dates on the schedule. September 29th, we will see Girard and South Range, and what has the potential to really light the scoreboard up that night at South Range, and really looking forward to seeing some of the improvements that they have made to the facility there at South Range.
Yeah, and I mean, and the way they have been winning football games over the years, they've been able to get that facility together. I remember back in the day, just trying to get to the press box, Mark. It was climb a telephone pole, if you remember way back there. So
I do.
Yeah. But now we see that they have just upgraded that facility. The team has been great. And now we done seen Girard earlier against Liberty, and I'm looking forward to it.
So both teams coming to the sidelines as the mandatory stretching period continues. Let's take our final 30-second break. We'll come back and begin the third quarter here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Captains meeting at midfield as we get set for the third quarter here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. And while we have a minute, we don't have serious conversations all that often, but we're going to begin this third quarter with running clock with the 30-point margin. One of the things, when they went to running clock several years ago, completely in favor of it. I think it's the right decision. We've seen a lot of state federations make this move across the country. The only one that I'm not so sure about is if the margin goes under 30, we go back to regular clock. And then if it goes back over 30, we go to continual clock. And back and forth if that were to happen. That's the one part I may question about this rule.
Just in strategy alone, Mark, it changes things because with the clock and everything that's going on, to go back and forth. I don't know how you would really regulate it as, if a team shows some momentum to get back in the football game, then you may need that extra time to see they can get on a roll. Like we see the tale of two halves, but
I've just always felt like if you start the running clock, that's the way the rest of the game should finish.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone may agree with that, but it's one of those where it's coaching strategy by both coaches. They're trying to get younger players in. How long do I leave my starters in? It's, asking a lot of a clock operator at a high school football stadium.
Yep.
There's just a lot of things to me that go into that process.
Yeah, and that part I agree with, because that can be a lot of it's confusing as a coach. As far as going back and forth. I understand giving them an opportunity to get back in the game, but it can cause a lot of issues.
Well, how about this for an update before we begin our third quarter? Antoine Gardner throws a 38-yard touchdown pass for the Red Dragons, and they now lead Lakeview 24-0 under 10 minutes to play into the third quarter. Antoine Gardner, dual threat.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's doing it.
So Jay Stefanson will kick as we get set to begin the third quarter. Eagles, 2 men back deep at their 5-yard line as we are underway in tonight's third quarter. Bobbled and picked up inside the 5-yard line, across the 10-yard line, then knocked down at about the 14-yard line. And that is where Hubbard will take over, first down and 10.
Yeah, I tell you, that's the way you cover a kick. You come down and annihilate if you can, and to be able to get them inside their 15-yard line, it looks like that is a great coverage of the kick.
And that second half kickoff brought to you by Repair That Glass in Hubbard. Give them a call to make an appointment at 330-534-3192. Hackwelder begins the third quarter by taking the snap and giving the ball to Garland Warren, who stretches outside across the 20 and down near the 22-yard line before going out of bounds. Garland Warren is a difficult man to bring down at 5'11" and 220.
Yeah, sure is. And that's what I was puzzled from the first drive we've seen. They didn't stay with that run and do the things they were doing in that first drive. I thought it was successful. They tried to open it up a little bit too quick, and they have ran into trouble since then.
Second down and a long 3 for the Eagles. Hackwelder takes the snap again, gives the ball to Warren. 2 hands on the ball as he falls forward for a gain of 1. It'll bring up a third down and 2 for the Eagles' opening possession, right to left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they want to definitely try to put something together in this first and opening drive of the second half.
Warren going to move now to the left side of Alex Hackwelder, the quarterback. Slot receiver goes in motion. They give the ball to Xander Owens. And third time we've seen Hubbard try that, and he's going to be shy of the first down and bring up fourth.
Yeah, got a little injury down there. Cramp.
And one of the Hubbard players down on the field kind of cramping up at the 23-yard line. And the training staff there to help him stretch that out, get some hydration as both teams will go to their sidelines. And we've seen Hubbard go for it twice, fourth down in their own territory. We'll see what they elect to do here.
Well, I hope it's not what they decided to do in the first half. But it could get real ugly. I understand they're behind, but, one thing, you don't want to demoralize your kids or put them in a position that could definitely be where they can lose some concentration. And when that happens, that's when you get injuries and different things that happen on the field, because kids start to lose that interest in the game. And you just don't want that to happen.
So they, again, trying to stretch out the player for Hubbard that's down on the field. And he was surrounded by trainers and teammates pretty quickly, Dave, so we haven't had a chance to get you a number on the player that's down on the field. But it fortunately does look like it is going to be a cramp that they're having some trouble getting loosened up, and the first time we've seen that tonight.
Yep, here he is trying to get up. Oh, yes, trying to catch again.
Let's see, that is 55 for the Hubbard Eagles. Gabriel Hamrock, the 5'11", 245-pound junior.
Yep, I tell you, one of those nights too, nice and sunny, comfortable night when we start off. Very cool now, you know.
So the offense will remain on the field, it looks like, for the Eagles. And we dropped about 8 degrees, 61 degrees now, just under 70 at 69 at kickoff. So getting a little chilly. Snap goes through the quarterback's hands, and the Poland Bulldogs are going to pick this up and walk it into the end zone. As falling on the fumble was Oliver McCulley from his linebacker spot for a Poland touchdown.
Yeah, this is when things get really ugly. And that's why I said this. You know, people may wonder, well, hey, we're down. Let's go. No, kick the ball away and make them earn it. But for him to be able to pick that up and take it into the end zone and add another 6 to their total, that is really tough.
So the 22-yard scoop and score for McCulley makes it 36-0 in favor of the Poland Bulldogs. And now Stefanson will come out to hold, or to kick, and Vito Kamara will hold. And now we've got a flag.
I don't know if that was a late substitution.
And it looks like we're going to get an illegal participation penalty.
Yep.
Too many men on the field for the Eagles special teams. And they will just decline this penalty and line up for the kick as they had an extra, one of the big guys up front. So Stefanson will come on to attempt the extra point. Snap a little high. They get it down. The extra point is up, and it is good. 9:12 to play, third quarter. It is Poland 37, Hubbard 0. We're back after a quick break on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leagues. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Back here at Memorial Stadium in Hubbard. Hubbard fumbling on the opening possession of the third quarter, recovered by the Poland Bulldogs and brought back for a 22-yard touchdown by Oliver McCulley, for a 37-0 lead with 9:12 here to play in tonight's third quarter. You look ahead for these two teams, and when it's in the NE8 conference, it doesn't get any easier. Poland, they'll have South Range next week, who is 3-1, and the Hubbard Eagles go on the road to take on the Struthers Wildcats, who are also 3-1. 4-0 Guardians with the lead as they try to hold on to a very slim hope as Lucas Giolito actually pitching well tonight. Who knew? I was so excited when they made the deal for him because, I mean, it happens in any sport that you follow, that one player that they just own your team.
Right.
They play so well against them. And then when you get that player and they come to your team and then they're terrible.
Yeah, I've seen those type of things in a few different sports.
I feel like that happens in baseball and basketball primarily.
Yeah.
He averages 45 points against your team and then scores 4 for your team when he plays for you. So good to see the player down on the field for the Eagles, Garland Warren, able to walk to the near sidelines. And now Poland will come on to kick the football away. I want to thank Athletic Director Kevin Hoke here at Hubbard for the almost perfect spot right on the 45-yard line. So Levante Daniels is back to return this kick for the Eagles. As Jace Stefanson lined up, ready to kick the ball back to the Hubbard Eagles. Stefanson drives this one towards the 6-yard line, backpedals to the 5, across the 10, 15 to the 20-yard line before being knocked down. And among several things I've been impressed with by Poland tonight is their coverage on kick. The kick game coverage is very impressive.
Yeah, that's excellent. They get down there, and they get down there with bad intentions when they do get there. And there hasn't been too many returns for Hubbard at all of any significance. They had the one early on. It was a very good return. That was early in the game. Since then, it has been shut down.
That kickoff brought to you by Repair That Glass in Hubbard, offering a full range of automotive glass repairs. For an appointment, call 330-534-3192. Hackwelder going to roll out with the football. He's going to be hit and sacked back near the 16-yard line as he kept trying to roll to the outside, trying to get down the field, but the coverage was pretty good downfield by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, great coverage all across the field there. Nobody was open, so he had nowhere to go with the football, and now created another sack. And that's, you really feel for the Hubbard Eagles and what's going on tonight, because it makes it rough to try to play through this.
Under 7 minutes to play, third quarter in Vienna. Springfield 57-0 over Matthews. So it'll be 2nd and 17 for the Eagles. Hackwelder sends a man in motion who settles in the backfield. He'll drop back to throw. Going to step up in the pocket, now roll to the right side. Eyes downfield, split 2 tacklers and was able to get forward for about a yard. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, I mean, they just got good coverage all over the field. He has nowhere to go with the football. At least he's making the right decision and not throwing it into coverage there. But I tell you, this is something. They know you have to throw the football, and he can't find anyone open right now.
New running back in there for the Hubbard Eagles, number 1, Rome Odom, a sophomore at 5'11" and 175 pounds. In the backfield next to Alex Hackwelder, the junior quarterback. 1 receiver right, 3 to the left side. Hackwelder back to throw, steps up in the pocket, got hit by 1 defender, and he's going to be knocked down back at about the 11-yard line, and 4th down and long, and the Eagles will punt the football away.
I mean, Hackwelder had no time to throw the football, Mark. I mean, he stepped and got that back foot planted, and somebody was right there in his face immediately.
Under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter, the Red Dragons on the board again, now leading Lakeview 31-0. They've gone to running clock at that game as well.
And remember, those was 2 3-1 football teams.
Snap rush, the punt is going to be blocked, and blocked out of the end zone for a safety by the Poland Bulldogs. As coming up there to bat that ball away, we'll try and get you a number. Didn't see a 42 on the roster, but either way, that ball blocked out of the back of the end zone for a safety.
Look like number 43. Is it 43 instead of 42?
43. We got lots of papers here in the press box. 43 is Pana Exopoulos. We've mentioned his name a few times tonight.
Only a sophomore. Well, what they say, Mark, when it rains, it pours, and I tell you, they are pouring it on.
So we will have the free kick upcoming after the punt block into the end zone. As he came free off the left side and was able to get clearly to the punter to be able to bat that football away.
And the thing is, that's what I hate about when the games get like this. It's just that a lot of misassignments. You'll see that on a team that's down. Your concentration level is different. You just lose concentration. We're not talking about college kids or NFL players. When you're young kids like this, they lose that confidence and concentration to continue playing.
And for those that are negative against the running clock, things like that are going to happen whether the clock is running or not when a score gets out of hand.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how it is. It's just like something that, you fall off, as they say, off the ledge, and it just continues. And that's what is happening tonight. We're just watching it, and things are just happening more and more. You almost want the clock to speed up even faster than it's going right now, just for the sake of the kids. I feel for them. It's tough.
You're listening to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. For an estimate, call owner Jerry Sandrock at 330-506-0013.
Yeah, and for fans not to get the wrong idea, they look at all these, they're running it up, they're doing it. They're just playing football out there as far as polling. And when these young kids, and some of them that haven't been in, and they out there and they have the opportunity to score, then they're going to score.
Yeah, when you're a younger player, you're a JV player, you're a freshman player, you want to show the coaching staff, I'd like to start moving my way up.
That's right. And they get the opportunity to do something, they're going to make a big play, and they're going to try to get to that end zone as best possible.
So Hubbard lining up for the free kick. We'll see who's going to kick the football for the Eagles.
He's at number 35 there.
So that is Trent Reinard, the 6-foot sophomore. And they're going to tee it up and just kick the ball away. Low bouncing line drive that'll go out of bounds at the 34-yard line. And that'll give the Poland Bulldogs good field position with 3:19 to play here in this third quarter. Try to get you updated on some more scores around the valley as we go here in tonight's second half. Listeners on Western Reserve Radio, don't forget we will have Grove City College football tomorrow, 6:20 thereabout for the pregame show. 7 o'clock kickoff. The Wolverines head up to Cleveland to take on Case Western Reserve. The Wolverines are 2-0. Case Western Reserve 1-0, Dave. They had the dreaded week 2 bye last week.
Yeah, I tell you, early in the season with a bye. That's a little different, but that does happen sometimes. I would hate it. You're ready to play football, and you're off the very next week. That's tough.
In that league where you have 11 teams, everyone's got to bye at least, 1 week throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
Even had, somebody had a bye in week 1.
Right, yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Poland Bulldogs. A lot of new names and numbers. And there, Vito Kamara in there at the quarterback spot. Letting the play clock run down to 10 seconds. He will hand the ball off on first down. And working his way down to the 39-yard line. That's Pano Exopoulos, again, on the carry. The sophomore running back at 5'10", 190. He's going to pick up 4 yards. It is 2nd down and 6 from the Hubbard 41-yard line.
Yeah, and they get some of their young players in there the opportunity to play. And if you see, just as we seen this last play, he ran that ball with authority. And that's what we're talking about. They're in there to show what they can do.
2nd down and 6. Exopoulos going to get the ball again. 2 hands on it as he dives across the 40 and down to the 42-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2. Third quarter score up the road in Mineral Ridge, and the Rams now leading Waterloo 34-12 in the third quarter. Rams looking to go to 4-1.
Yeah, I tell you, this has been a tough Friday night for a lot of teams. I don't know what it is tonight, but it's been tough for a lot of them. They are on a big-time losing edge, I tell you.
Kind of starting to get really into the meat of the league schedules for a lot of teams now.
Yes.
3rd and 3 from the Hubbard 38-yard line. Going to give it to Exopoulos again, bouncing to the outside, looking for the first down.
Yeah,
and
I think you got it.
He's going to be right at the 35-yard line. And that should be good enough for a Poland first down.
You sit in. He's right there on the cusp. They're going to give it to him.
They haven't really given us an indication just yet as they're
Might be
kind
a
of
measurement.
And you know what?
Yeah.
This is our first measurement of the 2023 season. And like I did last year, what do you think? I know it's across the field. But what do you say?
I'm going to say a couple inches short. Just a couple inches.
Does that surprise you that it's short? That it's short? That it's our first measurement like this of the year?
Yeah, especially halfway through.
They will stretch it out, and it is a Poland first down.
Good call, Mike, back there. Mike got it.
He has the aid of the binoculars.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
Actually, no, they're right up here next to me. We haven't used them yet
He's
tonight.
got binocular vision.
We're so close to the field here. We haven't need to use them yet.
Right. This is a great seat where we at to be able to broadcast this game.
1st and 10 from the Hubbard 35-yard line. We're under a minute to play in this third quarter. Bulldogs going to come to the line on 1st and 10 from the Hubbard 35-yard line. Kamara takes the snap, gives the ball to Exopolis. Going to run it right up the middle again, right down that far hash mark to the 31-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 4 yards to bring up a 2nd down and 6. And both teams going to head to their sidelines as the final seconds work their way off the clock here in the third quarter. After 3, it is Poland 39, Hubbard 0 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Final 12 minutes of this one put up on the scoreboard tonight from Memorial Stadium in Hubbard. A 39-0 lead for the Poland Bulldogs with running clock here in tonight's fourth quarter. Poland looking at a 2nd down and 6. At the Hubbard 31-yard line, now going right to left towards the scoreboard. They'll run it with Exopolis, who gets the ball. He's going to be stood up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, Dave. It'll bring up a 3rd down and closer to 7 now.
The backfield, number 34, and he's running the football. He's a senior, too.
End of the third quarter at Matthews. 64-0 is the lead for Springfield over Matthews. They've put up close to 120 points in the last 2 games.
Yeah, that's just unbelievable. They got this thing really going. And they slow them down.
3rd down and 6. They'll run the ball with Exopolis. 43 back in there, and the ball might have popped loose, but they'll say he was down, and it'll bring up a 4th down and close to 4 for the Bulldogs. They're through 3 up in Cortland, and Niles on the road leading the Lakeview Bulldogs 31-0.
Yeah, I tell you. Beat down Friday is what I call this tonight, and it's been really, really tough on some teams. But you know what? This is at the part of the season, as we said, the middle, and you start to see the separation. We might see some close records, but you're starting to see big dogs now coming to 4.
4th down and 4. The Bulldogs will leave the offense out on the field. Now we've got a whistle and a Poland timeout with 10:05 to play here in the fourth quarter. And we were remarking about this young man just because we saw the size and the frame that stood out in pregame. Hubbard has their freshman defensive lineman, Jaden Smith, in the game. 6'5", 320 pounds, and a freshman.
Yeah, absolutely. And we seen him before the game. We said, boy, what a mammoth young man there. And then I had to look at his grade and see he was a freshman. You know, so if they can work with him, you condition him, get that body frame right. And, man, he would be a monster of a weapon on the line, defense and offense.
And you think about it, still growing at that age.
Oh, yeah, he's still growing.
6'5", could be 6'7", 6'8", or more.
Right, easily.
So 4th and 4, Poland leaves the offense on the field, with Ryan Snyder now at the running back spot next to the quarterback. He's going to get the football on 4th down. Snyder breaks several tackles and is down to the 22-yard line for a Poland first down.
Well, I tell you, he was going to get that first down no matter what, as he got it up there. And I tell you, that's what we said, that teams that allow their young guys to get in there now, Mark, they're not going to sit and just be there and go through the motions. These guys are trying to perform. They're running hard, and they're trying to get another score.
1st and 10 from the Hubbard 22-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Running back is Exopoulos. Will swing it out into the flat. Receiver made the catch and is able to get upfield for about 7 yards. That's J.D. Memo, the senior wide receiver, with his first reception. And we can tell you tonight's 4th quarter brought to you by Lena's Pierogi House, your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Visit Lena's Pierogi House on Facebook to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Or call Lena's Pierogi House at 234-254-8532. And we sampled a lot of those flavor varieties before the game today.
Yeah, we sure did. And boy, was it good.
So 2nd down and 4 after a gain of 6 yards. Exopoulos remaining in the backfield. He's going to get the carry, run straight up the middle, 2 hands on the football, and down to about the 13-yard line. And this is that opportunity. You want to get in the game. You want the coaches to notice you, but you especially don't want to turn the football over.
Yeah, you've seen 2 hands on the football by the back there to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes. You know, the only thing I like I said, they play hard. The only thing I little question, they threw in that last play. And a lot of times that will really upset an opposing coach, is feel that you're rubbing it in then when you're trying to throw the football.
3rd down and 1 from the Hubbard 13-yard line. Ryan Snyder, the running back, gets the football. Snyder steps in the hole and has the first down all the way down to the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs from the Hubbard 5-yard line. So the clock will wind as it is 1st and goal for the Bulldogs from the Hubbard 5-yard line. We are at 7:15 to play here in the 4th quarter. A 39-0 lead for the Poland Bulldogs. So Exopoulos going to get the carry on 1st down and goal. And he will drive into the end zone for the touchdown for the Poland Bulldogs, as he was the primary ball carrier on that long drive and the 5-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, now they're up 45 zip. And just let that clock continue to run. I tell you. Hopefully you have the opportunity to get out of here with that score right there, if possible.
So Poland will come on to attempt the extra point and turn toward the sidelines and say, we'd like one more, please, as there was only 10 guys out there for the Bulldogs. So it will be the junior kicker on to attempt the extra point, Jay Stefanson. Snap is a little high. They get the kick down. It is up, and it is good. 5:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. It is Poland 46, Hubbard 0. We're back after a quick timeout at Western Reserve Radio 2 at Sports Radio 1240.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
5:51 to play in tonight's fourth quarter. 46-0 is the lead for the Poland Bulldogs. Mineral Ridge now pulling away, still third quarter, leading Waterloo 40-12.
Oh boy, that was a close game early. And then Mineral Ridge got on a roll, and they've steadily been going since.
Mineral Ridge, a tough loss last week in the final seconds to Jackson Milton. The Blue Jays are having themselves a special season so far this year.
Mm-hmm. There's something, there's teams that we didn't know anything about. And they're showing something so far. Halfway through, Mark, a lot of surprises.
And we're going to have a lot of playoff teams again this year.
Yes, it looks like it.
As you know, we hit the halfway point this weekend, and the computer rankings become just a little bit more important.
Yes.
For the final 5 games. Stefanskian's kick is away, fielded on a hop at the 10, across the 15 to the 20. Spins off a tackle at the 20 with the flag on the play, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45 midfield, 50 to the 45-yard line on the return is Levante Daniels, but this flag is more than likely going to bring back this lovely return by Levante Daniels.
Yeah, great return, but it's for not. I think there's a penalty back there. Yeah, we're bringing it back.
And a flag was thrown at the 33-yard line, and they're going to get a hold on one of the Eagles special teamers. And this will take away the return by Daniels and put Hubbard inside their own 35-yard line. So the Eagles will have the football with 5.5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
Boy, what a flip of the football field there. They was down all the way to the 43-yard line. They'll be starting from their own 23.
So we'll have some new names and numbers in there for the Eagles. As the running back is Baron Reynolds Penny, wearing number 4, a junior. Hackwelder has the ball go through his hands. He'll pick it up, try to roll to the outside, and he's going to be dropped back at about the 15-yard line. They've had a little bit of snap issues throughout the game tonight.
I just know things that just went downhill after that first opening drive, and they have not been what they were since then.
Loss of 2 brings up a 2nd and 22 for the Eagles. Hackwelder gets to play from the sidelines in this fourth quarter, brought to you by Lena's Pierogi House right here in Hubbard. Call them at 234-254-8532. Hackwelder takes the snap, turns the football over, stands in the pocket, goes downfield. Ball goes through the hand of the intended receiver, picked off by the Bulldogs, and brought back inside the 5 and down to the 3-yard line. As that pass was intercepted by Joey Verone, a junior defensive back who had it tipped up in the air and go right to him for the interception.
And it rains and pours. Well, I tell you, it is really, really going the wrong way for Hubbard tonight. I tell you, now they're right on the brink of getting in the end zone once again. Believe me, I'm going to hand the ball off. These guys are going to try to run it in. I mean, it's just their opportunity now.
You're listening to Sports Radio 1240, WBBW Youngstown, and Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One Network. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Michael Rickard, Matthew Craven, and Dave Ferris at our Western Reserve Radio studios in Struthers. It'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs from the Hubbard 3-yard line. Looks like Vito Camara going to stay at the quarterback spot. New running back with him is Ricky Madeline. To his right side, pulling down one as they will rush a receiver onto the field.
They're going to probably run right to that side, see some openings going that way.
They will give it to the receiver who went in motion, cut towards the end zone, and he's in for a 3-yard touchdown run for Josh Maseko. 5 yards on that run.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like number 5 on that play.
Excuse me. So 5 is J.D. Memo. Let's give J.D. credit for the 5-yard touchdown run. So Memo finds the end zone, and they will come on and attempt the extra point with Jay Stefanson on to kick. Clock rolling here at 2.5 minutes to play in tonight's fourth quarter. So
this is rough, Mark.
That's there's a lot of these scores around the Valley tonight, Dave.
Yeah, that's what I said. Beat down Friday. I mean, teams have really been handed something tonight.
2 minutes, 14 seconds in the fourth quarter. Springfield 71-0 over Matthews.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
So yeah, those scores coming in from the iMedia One studios.
Our friends are up there covering that game.
They are.
And Jim Craven and the coach, Bob Gessler. And man,
they've had a couple lopsided ones the last 2 weeks.
And it's rough. You feel for the young men, like I said, it's a tough scenario to go through when you're getting beat that way. And it just makes it tough.
So we have 2:17 to play here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Lena's Pierogi House. We'll try and get you some scores here, brought to you by our friends with the Cleveland Cobras. As again, it'll be Poland and South Range next week. And Hubbard will head to Struthers in NE8 action.
And Struthers another decent football team, too.
Struthers had 3 backs over 100 yards rushing last week.
Oh, boy.
3.
Well, a little bit more than decent. So at 3-1, I know we haven't got any score on them tonight, but I tell you, it's going to be another tough one for Hubbard.
Give you some scores and some finals here after Stefanson kicks the football away. End over end kick at the 5. Bobbled across the 10, 15, outside 20, 25 to the 30, and down to the 33-yard line. That is Nunzio Sacchetti on the return. Looked like number 11 for the Eagles. Couple of final scores we can give you so far tonight. Austintown Fitch improves to 4-1. Dave, they shut out Stowe Monroe Falls 41-0 tonight.
Well, I tell you, we just had some big scores tonight. Really have.
Give you a few more scores as we go along here in this fourth quarter of our game tonight. Last report, Canfield leading Cheney 21-7. Fourth quarter, Grove City on top of Sharon 14-6. That's always a huge rivalry over there in Western Pennsylvania. Third quarter, McDonald and Jackson Milton, last report, tied up at 21 apiece.
Oh. And shout out to Canfield to rebound after last week's loss to Poland.
So they'll put the backup quarterback in there. He will hand it off on first down as in at the quarterback spot for the Hubbard Eagles. That look like number 8, Dylan Buscher, a 5'9" freshman. Final from Vienna, 71-0 tonight. Springfield defeats Matthews.
Wow.
Final from Cortland as the Red Dragons down Lakeview 31-0. Woo.
A lot of big scores with goose eggs on the other side. It's been something tonight.
So Hubbard will have to snap it one more time. With 20 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, they will hand the football off. And no running room in the backfield for number 15, Markel Tackwelder. And we're down to the final 10 seconds of this one here tonight. As it'll be a final score of Poland 53 and Hubbard 0. We'll take a break, come back and begin the postgame show here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Bulldogs Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Bulldogs Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first. Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leads. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Wrapping things up here tonight in the post-game show from Memorial Stadium in Hubbard, a 53-0 victory for the Poland Bulldogs, who improved to 5-0 on the year and 1-0 in the NE8. Hubbard drops to 3-2 and 0-2 in NE8 play. Looking at the final unofficial numbers for tonight's game, first for the visiting Poland Bulldogs, led in rushing by Dom Pagano, who had 11 carries for 42 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Cole Fulton had 10 carries for 27 yards. Throwing the football tonight, Dom Pagano, 10 of 14, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns. Very efficient, their passing game.
Yeah, sure was. And they mixed and matched, as I said earlier. They knew when to put those little passing plays in it. Worked great, and they looked efficient all night long.
Also, Vito Kamara, 2 of 2 for 14 yards. Leading receivers in the game for the Bulldogs, Andrew Todd, 4 catches for 67 yards. Cole Fulton had a pair of catches for 19 yards and a touchdown. And Vito Kamara had 2 catches at the receiver spot for 19 yards and a touchdown. For the Hubbard Eagles tonight, running the football, Garland Warren, 9 carries for 54 yards, Xander Owens had 3 carries for 2 yards. Hackwelder throwing the football tonight, just unofficially 1 of 4 for 9 yards with 2 interceptions. He had no time to throw the ball tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, when you drop back, put that plant foot, they were right in his face every time.
So that is going to do it for week 5 of the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week. A 53-0 win for the Poland Bulldogs. Dave, we're off to our home away from home, Malakoff Stadium next Friday for Cheney and Warren Harding.
Yeah, and as I said, don't pay any attention to those records. This game will be, I believe, an exciting game for us to see. So it should be great next week.
A big thank you to Athletic Director Kevin Hogue for the great spot here in the press box at Alumni Field at Memorial Stadium. For everyone here in the press box with me, for my partner Dave Clark, for Michael Rickard on the stats, for Matthew Craven, and for Dave Ferris back at our Western Reserve Radio studios. My name is Mark Means. Poland is 5-0 as they beat Hubbard tonight, 53-0, right here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Have a great night, everyone.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Started to actually embrace awkward and celebrate that, you know what? Yes, I am awkward, and that's okay because it's different, and let's celebrate different, and that's a great thing.
What was the aha moment for you?